This old gag.
Veterans Day, though, my friend.
Yes.
Today is?
Yes, it is.
Hello to all of our veterans out there.
I'm a big fan of the veteran. A big, big fan.
Not good enough for the day off, though, huh? What's up with that?
I think we have to entertain the veterans today.
What's up with that?
That are getting ready to march
They're busy in the parade.
all over this country.
Oh, my God, they're marching on the country? What happened?
They want to take over the country.
Revolution.
They see what the F is going on out there, and they're getting together like old time's sake.
It's disastrous.
Yeah.
Better watch out when they come upon Barack's civilian security force.
I think the veterans could take that one.
Yeah.
Take that one down. You haven't lived until you hung out with some old veterans. You want to hear some stereotyping. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Those boys know a joke or two.
Down at the VFW hall, they
Sure.
sit there and spout out some of the good old jokes.
I miss doing that in Kings Park. I'll go local.
Yeah.
Kings Park. It's where my pops used to hang to get away from my mom. And then they would tell jokes to each other. And they were some doozies. Oh, and there'd be a black fella right there. Old black veteran. He would take it. Then he'd turn around and then he would tell the WAP jokes.
Sure.
And the WAPs would take it. And then the WAPs would attack the Polish.
Well, that's
They
easy.
just went around the room, man, beating each other up at the stereotyping.
What of the Irish?
The Irish, of course, without saying.
Well, good morning to you veterans out there. I guess President Bush is in town in Manhattan.
Is he really?
Yep. He's going to be over at the Intrepid Air and Space Sea Museum, whatever the hell they call it. They rededicated it.
Yeah, they took
Remember
it away.
that? They took it away for a while. And
A
now
long
it's back.
time. It's finally back. It's a
No,
huge...
But it seems like they just took. Remember, it got all bogged down in the mud when they were trying to take it out.
Yeah.
The propellers got all stuck in there. And that just seemed like, what was that? Like a couple of months ago?
Yeah.
That was 2 years.
Was it 2 years ago?
Yeah. Now it's back, and he's going to be up there.
Yeah.
I think Marine One is going to land on the deck.
Uh-huh.
And he's going to step out and give a little speech.
What the hell's Marine One? It's one of those
That's
huge
his helicopter.
helicopters?
That's the presidential helicopter. You see him waving out of when, when he gets to the White House.
That just oversized helicopter?
Yeah, that big goofy one.
How
with
the hell does that fly?
know.
Who figured that out?
Amazing. Apparently a man named Sikorsky in Connecticut.
You ever think of the crap they figured out a long time ago? And how? How do they figure that out? I don't get it.
That's, yeah, you watch that show, How It's Made.
Yeah, that's a cool show.
And you go, who thought this up?
Mm-hmm.
I watched a goddamn show on how they make diapers.
Did you really?
And dude, the diapers are running through this machine where a diaper comes out every
Ka-chunk, ka-chunk,
point
ka-chunk, ka-chunk.
something of a second.
Yeah.
It's just brrrr, and it folds them. They got folding machines and the things that cut them.
Yeah.
And they got to slow it down so you could actually see what it's doing because it's going so fast you can't even see anything. And then sardines. How they can sardines. What an ass job this is. These poor bastards with these sardines coming down a chute. And you know it just stinks. They're all wearing these masks trying to not stink.
Yeah, but if you want to cheat on your wife, perfect job.
You work at the old
Perfect
sardine
job.
plant.
Oh, my God. You want to talk about camouflage.
Rough day at the sardine plant, honey. I got a shower.
Because you used to tell...
She goes, no, somehow you smell worse today.
Yeah. Yeah. You used to tell a little story about how you would maybe do a little of that cheating back in the day. And,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And make believe you were working on your car and you needed a shower immediately as soon as you got home.
It worked on two fronts. It worked on here's why I'm late. And then it worked on don't even come near me. I stink like gasoline. I got oil all over me. I got to hop in the shower. Goddamn car.
Yeah.
And then you act all mad so they don't want to question you because you're in a bad mood.
Right.
So then by the time you shower and everything,
Yeah.
it's like, would you try to siphon the gas out with your with that? Why'd you wash it so long?
I was explaining the big stain on the pants.
Scrub, 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 scrub,
Scrub-a-dub-dub.
scrub, scrub, scrub.
But yeah, I had an old piece of crap car, and you just pop the hood. You stick your fingers in the in the old carburetor barrels.
Sure.
Well, that was when you're, before you leave the house. I like to call her the old carburetor barrels. You stick your fingers in there and get some gasoline on you.
Yeah.
And then you just got to kind of rub your hand on the valve covers and then smear the oil around you a little bit and walk in and just go like, God damn. Grr,
You got to put a little on your face, though.
No, that's overkill.
Like
You'd never do that.
Like they do in movies. Okay, he was working on a car. They make it very obvious for you.
Never on the face. It's overkill. It looks like you're trying.
Put it under your eyes like you're playing center field for.
Is that it?
Put your local team here. So it sounds like a local morning show because that's what radio's all about these days. Local radio.
Yeah.
It's your friend.
Go screw. You can figure out your own weather. You can figure out your own sports scores. You can figure out your own local news.
Yeah.
But who's going to give you the lofts? Some local douche? I don't think so.
Well, apparently they do. Listening to Jocktober.
Right.
Nothing but laughter there.
Look, I don't have a local morning show that I get to listen to. I already know what the weather's going to be like today. Yep. I already know what roads are going to be closed in New York because of parades. I made sure none of my teams were playing last night.
You listen to the news. Or you check it on your smartphones out there.
Yeah.
Everyone's got a smartphone.
But how it's made is amazing.
Yeah.
What's amazing about that show is how do they make? Okay, they show you how stuff is made. Like you said, diapers. I saw one of these shows where they just showed you how to make tofu. I hate tofu.
Yeah.
But I found it
fascinating.
I found it fascinating how all of a sudden it was a block of this crap that the dumb vegetarians eat.
Yeah.
But I had to watch. I'm in a mood. I saw my statement. That whole dumb stock market thing. I'm like,
Oh, you finally got your this past month's statement.
It's called a little lag time, I guess.
I got that one yesterday. Oofa.
And I think, the people lucky enough to invest a little money, they're feeling exactly what we're feeling today because those October statements finally hit. My God.
I took a peek at that one and was like, oh, my goodness.
Oh, my God.
That's a big hit.
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyway, so the tofu, but how do they make, this is what they need to do a show on. How do they make the machines that make the stuff? Because they have these intricate, machines that, you know what I mean?
You realize people have been just taken out of the mix.
Sure.
It's now complete robotics. I'd said it once before, when we thought about robots, when you're a kid or when they thought about it, way back when, you thought of these humanoid-looking robots that would walk around and do things for you. And that isn't the case. It's, specialty robots. But when they're showing the diapers going through and being put in the bag, and this blast of air opens the bag up, and then this pusher thing just shoves the product in, and then a heat seal clamps down on it and seals it, and then these vacuum things pick them up.
Yeah.
I was watching how bricks were made.
Ugh.
How do they make bricks?
Know what the best
and
part?
The giant tires was another good one. Boy, that took a long time. What a pain in the ass job that looks like, though. And it's like, and he bends the rubber over the tire bead with nothing but sheer strength. And this poor bastard's pulling rubber.
That's his whole job, is to pull rubber over the metal.
It's a horrible job.
They couldn't find a machine to do that?
Dude, that show makes me feel really good sometimes because I'll watch it and I'll see these factory workers and I'm like, oh my God, thank God I'm not him.
That's all I was thinking was, that is the worst job ever. Until the next one, I go, no, that's the worst job.
Like you just pump your fists and join and you go, I'm not the taffy puller.
Yeah.
I'm not the taffy puller.
Well, so to speak.
They should just call that show, Thank God I Don't Do That.
Look at the stuff that you should thank your God that you're not doing.
Yeah, horrible jobs.
I was walking on the sidewalk the other day, and I saw one of those Thank God I Don't Do That jobs.
What was it? Jackhammer.
Huh?
Jackhammer work.
How the F do those guys survive?
I don't know.
How the F do they survive?
How is it 2008 and they're still doing? It's the same technology they used way, way back.
Yeah.
To break apart concrete and stuff. Where are the lasers to go and cut the holes in concrete, and then the disintegrator gun to disintegrate the part that you just cut with the laser? What? Why are you still going? Bap? What? What happened to our future?
I imagine those guys go home and they're in a really bad
Beat
mood.
their wives.
They have to be in a bad mood. Their whole body is shot.
Horrid.
And you go through that just to knock off what? a 4x4 piece of concrete, maybe 4-inch by 4-inch if you're
Sometimes
lucky.
You watch him, and it's so frustrating just to watch. 'Cause he's trying to knock this one piece off that's maybe on an angle, and the thing keeps slipping off of the piece. And he's just like, get it! Just hit it with a hammer.
Yeah. What does that do to your body? We don't need to officially know.
Shake
but
it apart.
I can't imagine it's good.
I bet he doesn't get kidney stones.
No
Everything
kidneys.
just rattles.
Probably
His
no-
kidneys come out.
Probably no kidney stones, and your arteries are nice and clean.
Yeah, everything just shakes down to your feet.
It'd be fun to eat.
All the bad stuff is
Just
at your
hold
feet.
food in front of his mouth. He just,
He can just chew it.
Actually, it does kind of mess with your circulation because Discovery does have another program called Time Warp where they do things and then slow it down on high-speed footage. And they actually did the guy jackhammering stuff. So they give you some of the science behind it. And actually, if if somebody jackhammers for a living, they could develop circulation.
Oh, boy, did I feel for that guy.
They should just have Michael J. Fox do it, and he looks normal when he's doing it.
Right.
He's just standing completely still. It cancels him out.
Let's say hi to Fontaine. Fontaine?
Yo, Fontaine.
Boy, we're a talk show now, boy.
Oh, linger.
Bruce Mittman, boy. We should do a whole Where Are They Now with all the people that thought they knew radio better than we did.
Yeah, well, they're still lining up.
A good 14 years later, we're still doing it, and most of these guys are long gone. Rumor has it one of the guys is a greeter at a supermarket. But back when we were doing this in Boston, he really thought he knew better than we.
We got to find out if that's
If it's true, it's over, Johnny. We can't make fun of him ever again.
That's an official we win. Let's not rub it in anymore. I
let's
feel
move on.
sorry for the guy.
What's up, Fontaine?
Anthony, you were talking about sex and having all that grease smeared all over you.
Yeah.
Isn't that what you looked like a couple of days over the past summer with, anyway?
Oh, God. With spreading grease on myself. No, I must say, I don't think I ever got any grease on me.
Yeah, all right. Let's say hi to Rob on Long Island. Rob.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey,
They want whenever you see like how it's made, you see these automated machines making this stuff. They once did a whole show on the machines of how it's made and how they make these automated machines. It's just pretty interesting how they
All right, but they need a
they make
machine.
these high speed. What's that? Yeah, they need a machine to make the machine.
Yeah,
it always boils down to just a human.
machines.
But after a while, it's just all automated shit. Sorry, guys. Punch it out.
You know what it is with those machines though, they're one-offs. They're not like mass-produced machines to do this in a factory. So it really is kind of exclusive work. You can't mass-produce the machine that makes one thing at one factory.
Right.
So, because I used to work at a lot of machine shops growing up, and it's just these engineers, these guys that are really good at milling and engineering, and they go in there. And I used to work a big Bridgeport milling machine. Mm-hmm. I wasn't very good at it because I didn't have the patience that these old German engineers and Russian guys had. But you see these guys working it. Oh, they make these parts out of these. Just take a little block of aluminum, and then when it's done, it just looks like something like I knew it came from somewhere, but I didn't know people just kind of made these things.
It was art.
Yeah, it's like an art form. It really is.
Yeah.
And then they put me in the mechanical inspection part of the shop where I had to sit there with micrometers and calipers and things and make sure everything was within like a few thousandths of an inch tolerance. And then I got fired from that job because I think I was doing acid.
Were you really?
Yeah. I think I took some acid with my friends a few times. And it was working at a place that made relays that went in the space shuttle.
Oh, good.
And I was inspecting the contacts and how far between the contacts.
So when the first one went kablooey, were you thinking, uh-oh?
I was thinking, uh-oh.
Might have been the acid
Is that
trip.
me? And that was the place. They used to make contacts, and contacts are made out of pretty precious metals, silver and gold and stuff. And they made these contacts out of silver. And these huge silver rods would be put in these machines, and little pieces would be cut off. Little nubs, chikunk, 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 and then you'd end up with this tray of just silver, little slivers that would end up contacts. I used to take the silver rods and wrap them around my legs, then cover them with my pants, and for lunch go to this We Buy Silver and Gold place. I'd walk in and unwrap them from my legs, and they didn't care. No questions asked.
I'm going to steal the Are you going to steal your own copper pipes from your house and try to resell them?
That's it. Just sawzall them all out.
Right.
I did that at a house I was working at, too. I was a demolition job. I was supposed to be taking out these cast iron radiators from this crawl space in this mansion out in Glen Cove or somewhere, North Shore, Long Island. And we had to go in there and pretty much lay down on our sides because the crawl space wasn't big enough and smash these cast iron things with sledgehammers. It was one of those jobs that if I saw, I'd go, oh, my God, I would never want to do that job. And there I was doing it. And the inside of these things are covered with soot. Mm-hmm. So you end up hacking and covered in just soot and everything. So me and my work partner there decided, well, we're going to make a little money for ourselves, and took the sawzalls out and took every piece of copper pipe from that house. And it was giant 4-story mansion, one of those Gold Coast old, Great Gatsby houses.
Sure, nice.
And there we were at the scrapyard, cashing in. Hey, got enough for some beer. Copper wasn't going for that much back then. So.
I love that the scrap people never ask questions.
No questions asked at the scrapyard.
Nope.
You gotta love it. That's why some of these guys that come in with power lines, you always hear about somebody getting electrocuted, trying to steal the copper or aluminum from power lines and stuff like that. Where are they offing this stuff? The scrapyard. They don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, here you go. They might give you a cheaper price because they know, some shenanigans took place. But
sure.
You still get a few bucks.
All right. And that's how we begin today. 877-212-018. Lots of phone calls coming in. We'll see what you guys are all about in a few minutes here. And I guess that's it for now. Opie and Anthony, stay there. I want to say good morning to everybody that's unemployed this morning. I was watching the news yesterday. DHL, what? Let go 9,200 people?
9,500.
9,500 people?
Wow.
Circuit City closing, what? 150 stores, something like that?
And going bankrupt.
Right before the holidays, they got. Why are they scumbags?
Well,
right before Christmas?
Well, Circuit City, they're going to keep their stores open for the holiday, quote, rush, which isn't going to be much of a rush this time around.
Let me tell you something about Circuit City. I went there last week. I was looking, first I go to Best Buy because I think that's what everyone does. And they did not have what I wanted. So there was a Circuit City close by, so I went there. I waited for 20 minutes. I stood there just to see how long I would stand there before anybody gave me any assistance because I didn't see the product that I wanted to buy. So I was thinking maybe there would be, one in the back or something like that. And the people working there were horrid. Just really, you could tell they fired anybody who knew anything. Whatever they knew at the time, I don't know, and hired just the dregs of society that have no clue. Even the most simple customer service, they could not handle. So I shan't be going back, and I guess a lot of other people won't either because they're going bankrupt.
They opened a brand new one about 10, 15 blocks away from here.
Oh, good idea.
I went in there for some birthday shopping. There was no one in the joint. And the rent in Manhattan is just ridiculous. And I'm walking around going, how are they affording this?
Yep.
I mean, if the space was so large, you need people just marching through this place, just marching through to make make your bills or whatever.
It looks crappy.
Make your rent,
that
I
one
should say.
too.
Yeah.
It just looks kind of junky. Like Best Buy at least looks like a good store.
Yeah.
This one that they built recently, I know what you mean. It's like, ugh.
I know the Best Buy I go to near my house is, there's always people in there. They keep it nice. It's like real good stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you could browse the DVDs.
And they know what they're talking about.
Yeah. It's when they're really busy, it is a bitch to get somebody to help you. You're just like, And then it never fails. You'll be walking around and you'll have 3 people come up. Can I help you? Can I help you? No. And then the second you find what you need and you need them to get it or something, they're just, you can't find anybody.
Yeah.
Reminds me of my Murphy's Law poster.
Oh, right.
Back to that Murphy's Law poster.
As long as I've been going into Bed Bath & Beyond, and I have to buy. Yes, I have a lot, like 3 times in the last week.
No,
and I have to buy some empty shoe boxes for my shoe because I bought like a little shoe thing for when you walk in. There's a little place to put your shoes now.
Because, so that your wet shoes don't.
No. It's just I had a no. I have to get it's like you stack your shoes. It's like a little wooden thing.
I don't know what you mean.
I have to get like a little rug for my shoe area.
But what? But your shoe area is by your front door?
I have a designated shoe area.
You take your shoes off the second you get in the house?
What am I, truck duty all over the place?
Just leave them in the hall.
No, I can't.
No one's going to take your shoes in the hall.
It's not
You don't
taking
wipe
them.
your feet?
Security will tell you that you have to move them.
You used to live among...
Security? Move your shoes.
It's a fire hazard.
You
I'm
used
telling
to live with
What?
black mold.
How is your shoes a fire hazard?
anything-
They burst into flames,
Yes.
shoes.
Anything in the hallway can't be left. So I don't mind. I bring my shoes into the designated shoe area. And like if I have girls over, I'll go, look, I have to make a duty. I'll meet you by the shoe area in a jiff. And then they meet me by the shoe area.
You're the worst.
Why?
It's awful.
I tell girls I want to meet them by the designated shoe area.
The designated shoe area, and that is by the front door.
It is, and we'll stand there and we'll look down and we'll talk and we'll gesture towards the shoes. I've got it all worked out. All right, listen, whore, I'll meet you by the shoes. I get over there before I blacken your eye.
There you go. Circuit City, here's the headline. Circuit City's plan to fire 3,400 will have ripple effects. Of course it will. Because now all these people are looking for jobs with the other people that are looking for jobs.
Unemployed.
This isn't the story about them filing for bankruptcy. This is the story from over a year ago when they fired the initial 3,400 people that led.
Oh, okay. What we were talking about in the office.
Demise.
Okay, what happened with Circuit City, people that knew what they were doing, they fired those people
They were making too
because
much
they were
money.
making too much money. Okay, I got you. Which leads to what we're talking about today, where you walk around this joint and no one knows what the hell they're doing.
Yeah.
And it said it right here a year ago that it will have a ripple effect.
Yep.
You can't fire people that are knowledgeable and want to help you.
Well-
and replace them with people that are one job away from hitting you over the head with a brick
Or not
to
replace
feed
them
their
at all.
quote family.
Or not replace them at all.
Right.
That sounds like a familiar situation. Where they fire people left and right and don't replace anybody, and things just fall apart.
Kind of like what's happening in radio.
It comes apart, yeah, at the seams.
Yeah, well.
As long
They
as
started firing the receptionists at radio stations.
Yeah.
So now you can't even I used to like going to a radio station. You're like, hi, who are you here to see? And
Yeah.
well, I won Leonard Skinner tickets. All right, sit over there.
Yeah, now...
They don't have that person.
Nothing.
Now you got to kind of knock on the door and hope someone hears you to get your tickets. Yeah. I heard there was like an intern or something doing that job here. Yep. This isn't a small radio market.
and it's 2 stations.
Two stations, huh?
Unbelievable what is going on.
Well-
I mean, we are really in a financial crap storm.
Yeah.
It's really grim. I don't know. I don't even...
There's somebody they're calling the Grim Reaper that's going from, right? The Grim Reaper is going from station to station here in New York.
Yeah.
And I got a text from somebody, and they're like, oh, boy, the Grim Reaper's back today. It's definitely a person they have designated to fire people in radio.
Terminate.
And they're just going from station to station. And the Grim Reaper was at this particular station last week and came back yesterday again to chop off some more heads.
Ugh,
So
that hurts.
Yeah.
At least, back in like 99, 2000, when that internet bubble burst and everybody lost a bunch of money there, and it wasn't this bad because all the other sectors were still fine. Everybody was so loaded up on internet stock and the frenzy that a lot of people lost a lot of money, but the economy itself wasn't this bad. This is the worst I've seen it in, I can't even remember when, since I didn't pay attention to this crap.
Sure.
Because, I wasn't involved.
I don't think we've ever seen it worse
Yeah, this is
in our
pretty-
lifetimes.
This is pretty bad.
And it's across the board, my friend. So,
Yeah, everything is suffering.
well, they said Starbucks profits were down 97%.
97%.
That's like what?
That's everybody that bought 2 cups of coffee only bought 1.
Yeah.
Wow.
That is it.
I don't go to Starbucks as often anymore.
No.
Nah.
I love the culture there. I have a lot of friends there. It's fun. Sometimes they put on a little hat with the green lady on it.
I just read your Starbucks chapter in your book, I Hate Your Guts, Jimmy.
Oh, well, wait a minute. I thought you liked it. Why would it be in a...
I love the coffee. I give the employees quite a beating because
Oh,
they
do you?
don't say thank you when you tip them. Yeah.
He nailed it. He just nailed it. I mean, these
Yeah.
employees where you're doing the right thing. You make a lot more money than they do, so you could afford to maybe, a cup of coffee is $2.02. That's because they want you to drop some change in their tip jar, right?
Yeah.
And, I'm doing well for myself, so sure, I'll throw that 98 cents in the thing. You nailed it with this chapter,
Thank
Jimmy.
you.
And these snobs don't even acknowledge that you just gave them pretty much a what? what would a dollar tip basically be on $2?
I forget. I worked out the percentage.
You did. Yeah. All right.
It's
Whatever.
like a huge
It's a
percentage tip for nothing.
And they don't even acknowledge you did that. I go, oh my God, I can relate to what Jimmy's writing in his book.
I just wanted. It's like you want to. It's such a bizarre, snotty entitlement. Like and again, I don't think I'm leaving an endowment, or a trip to Europe in the cup.
A hospital wing.
But how about just like, okay, thank you very much. Next customer. That's it. It's like this common courtesy that I guess they consider beneath them. But literally,
no, tips are now expected.
Exactly.
That's the problem. Because we tip wherever we go now. I mean, change. No, I shouldn't say no one, but most people don't put the change in their pocket anymore. There's tip jars everywhere. You're like, here you go.
Yeah. And
they expect that, so they don't say thank you really fast.
And I as I started writing this chapter, I was just attacking them for being rude. I said, I noticed I began to pay attention every time I went to a Starbucks. Everywhere. New York, L.A. I think one girl in L.A. might have said thank you, and I counted maybe 14 or 15 times in a row that I left money in the tip cup. Not even a thank you. Okay, next. And it was just like, ugh.
Is it the way you're putting it in? Like, here.
Yes. Yes. Or I would give the two girls, I would say, here's one cup, and I would drop the change in and say, now lick it out.
Or you just heave the change at their faces.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah, I'll throw it on the floor, and I go, no, pick it up, scum. Can't believe they don't thank me.
No, thank you. Why,
There's a tip jar at my pet food store. That's Stunt Brain.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, they're everywhere now. The tip jar is everywhere now.
You're buying dog food, and there's a little jar at the register with a sign that says tips.
For what?
Yeah, I didn't tip.
For what?
For what?
I tried to write a joke about this, but it was just too juicy, and I fell flat, of course. When I was in Santa Monica Boulevard in California, and I went into an adult bookstore, and honestly, there was a tip jar on the counter. It was, I guess, if you had some change, you threw it in. And
yeah.
Yeah, it was, of course, I was like, I have to write a joke about it, and then every joke I did, I swung and missed till my back muscles were full.
Like, what are you going to leave in there? And
that's the guy who deserves a tip.
What does he have to do? Yeah.
I'm kind of mad at Jimmy this morning.
Why?
Because I was reading his book last night, I Hate Your Guts. I sat down and I read a nice chunk last night. A nice chunk. And he has a chapter on playing Little League. And the whole time I was rooting for the little fella. And I thought the chapter was going to end with some nice little tidbit, like a solid line drive double to center field. Something.
Yeah.
And no, of course, it never came. It was so depressing. It was so sad how awful he was in baseball and continued to play year after year. He thought he was a great pitcher one year. He started one game and they yanked you after.
Oh, he sucked.
They yanked you after the first 12 players made it on base or something.
It was like 6-0, and I had walked the bases around, and it was just humiliating.
But this was because he was playing what's called right center field, where they put the kid that's not that good. Because, like Jimmy says in his book, I'm not going to do this every day to you, Jimmy.
That's fine.
But basically, if you play this position, you have to guard like 10 feet.
Yeah.
Because the two real players, the one in center and the one in right, will cover everything else. And I guess the coach brought him in to do some relief pitching, and he lucked out. And you did very well.
I think I mowed down one or two guys that were there.
Feeling good.
So the coach decides that maybe this is what he could do is pitch. And the whole buildup of he's going to pitch the next game, and he's practicing, and blah, 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 blah. Oh. And then the pressure got to him, and the first 12 guys
just choked.
I was completely choked, and he never pitched again. It's like, I hate you, Jim Norton.
It never got mentioned either. Like nobody. Right. It was like an episode. I keep thinking of Nick Nolte and Prince of Tides, like with the brothers from getting raped. It was like everybody just kind of kept under their hats. Let's forget that day.
That's the beauty of, I guess, the beauty of you, because anyone else that would write a chapter like that in a book, by the end of the chapter, they would give you a little tidbit of hope, like, the little fella did okay in the end. Not Jim Norton, man. Right to the end. Right to the end.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you got to, I think everybody relates to that, too, because most people play Little League or whatever, and it's like we all kind of sucked on some level. Most of us don't go on to play Major League Baseball. So it's like we all kind of had that big moment, and you fouled it off your shin bone, and that was the end of the game.
Yeah.
High hopes. Your father was there with his hat on with your team on it, and he had to take you home and realize you're probably queer.
I just kind of wanted a happy ending to that chapter, and I never got it.
Yeah, I guess I didn't even realize that, but maybe it was kind of a bummy ending. But
No, not at all. No, it's what I'm saying is perfect. It really is. I Hate Your Guts, Jim Norton. It's in bookstores now.
I'll be signing in Staten Island tomorrow and Rhode Island Thursday.
Yeah.
I'm going to Boston.
Ooh, the islands.
Yeah, tour of the islands.
Tour of the
Staten and Road.
That stinks.
I'm really fancy.
Your Al Sharpton chapter, I was proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
Wow, you didn't hold back, huh?
No, not at all.
And we're thrown around like crazy, right?
Yeah, well, you better pick up the book and read it for yourself.
I don't throw it around like I'm not a lunatic, but I mean,
You make points.
Yeah, he's not worried that Sharpton's going to come after him.
No, for what? It's all true.
In
Very,
literary
very good.
form, you get a little more latitude.
It can be very silly.
Yes.
Very good.
Everybody knows.
And then I did the Starbucks chapter and a couple others. 877-212-0NA. You want to hear the dumbest voter ever?
Dumbest voter ever. I know about 51% of the country.
Easy. Wait for the miracles now, my friend.
Is that what I'm waiting for?
Wait for the miracles.
All right, there's one miracle that I know won't come true. Let me think.
Whoa.
They
Wait for the miracles.
What?
We don't know
Which
what
one?
I think there's too much, where, well, it would be the same miracle that a chameleon uses. You ever see a chameleon, what they do for camouflage?
Yeah. Oh.
I don't know. Perhaps he can. That would be a miracle. All of a sudden, he comes out of the White House. Hi, how you doing?
Yeah.
I'm like, ooh, I like this guy now.
Man, if yesterday
All
didn't,
right.
if yesterday didn't prove to everybody that it's all BS in the end, I don't know what else to tell you.
Yeah.
Obama beat the crap out of Bush the entire election. For the last 2 years, has beating him up. Bush policies got us into this and blah, 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 blah. Doesn't like the guy, and there they are all chummy at the White House.
Well, oh, look at that.
Look.
Well,
It's just all BS in the end.
They both understand.
Why
the
can't they
game.
have a real moment? What? Oh, no, that's not.
just makes me laugh.
Yeah. But why can't they have a real moment? They don't like each other. Why are they making believe they did?
No, they really don't like each other.
Why are they making believe they do like each other yesterday? I hate this crap. It's all it's all BS.
And then the two wives just sitting in that room. That let's just put the bitches in this room.
Yeah.
And Michelle Obama is very excited about the rooms for the children. Mm-hmm. Aw.
She's been hanging the paintings from Good Times.
The good times. Those JJ paintings where everyone's all tall and skinny and stuff.
You know, there's some old school racists that work in that White House, and they're not. It's going to be a very interesting transitional period.
I just want to see the big Afro woman naked pictures in Obama's room.
From The Shining?
From The Shining. That's what I want to see.
And I didn't realize how tall that Michelle Obama.
She is a beast. How tall is she?
I don't know. And she's probably wearing heels. Like, I'm with a taller woman that sometimes it gets close. Sometimes she's close to being taller than me, and you got to tell her, look, you can't do the high heels.
She is wearing heels, I think.
I mean, for the big photo op at the White House, this Barack Obama should have said, look, no freaking heels. I gotta look strong here.
Dude, she's taller than George Bush.
She's 5'11".
She's way taller than George
but
Bush.
in these shoes, because George Bush isn't a short guy.
No,
he's probably like what, 5'9", 5'10".
I think he's 6
No,
He's
he's
not
like
6.
He is.
Is he really 6 feet tall?
Deceptively taller than he comes off as. But
she's doing a high heel
she's
thing.
taller than everyone in this picture.
She's her own woman because, Barack should be able to go, look, this is going to be a photo op, and, I need to be the tallest person in the picture. That's a whole power thing.
She needs implants.
Yeah.
She got big, wide hips, a giant caboose, and no breasts to speak of.
But she's got legs for days.
I'll be honest. I think she wears lousy clothes for her body. I'm telling you. I like the fact that she has kind of a big hiney. I like that. It's very spankable.
Patrice O'Neill in studio today.
No, I really do. I don't like it huge. He likes Venus. I don't like it that big, but I think that she wears like that red. God, first designated shoe area talk, and now the first lady's dress.
Yes,
quick,
boy.
somebody dangle a hog in my face. I'm hungry.
Okay.
But I mean, like that awful thing she wore, like the night he made his acceptance
Yeah, the
speech.
thing that looked like a Black Widow spider.
Yeah.
Yeah, she doesn't dress well to show her
Pattern.
body off. Not
Well-
that you want a whore first lady, but you want to see a little bit of the
Well,
shape.
they'll figure it out. you know.
She said she's just going to be first mom. That's what she's going to be. And make cookies for the kids and everything like that.
Did you hear that they get $100,000 to redecorate the White House? And I went through a little redesign when I bought my place here in Manhattan. Yeah, you know, you're not getting much for $100,000, and that's a huge freaking building.
In D.C., though, they're in a crappy neighborhood.
Yeah.
I mean, that's BS that they're throwing that at us. It costs way more than $100,000 to rip up carpets and you know, repaint everything and maybe get some.
What do you think
some
the Bushes
furniture
were
in there.
doing in there? That they gotta do
Supposedly
all that?
they rip up the carpets and all that crap when these people leave. You heard the stories when Clinton left, right?
Yeah.
They destroy the place.
Yeah.
The old administration just destroys the joint.
Well, they
make it a lot. They make it very hard for the new administration, right? Yeah, find some of those stories. They rip out computers and they do all sorts
They
of
took
crap.
the W off of all the typewriters, off of all the computer keyboards.
Okay.
They took
Why?
the W because George W.
No, I know, but
Yeah,
why would they? Like, what are they? Was it like a joke?
Because it was Clinton's people who were all a bunch of they were a little spoiled,
Liberals,
we
yeah.
won, and then when they had to leave, it was like, hey, you got 8 years, it's over, now get the hell out. And they were doing little pranks and shenanigans, leaving things. It's the White House.
Yeah,
Jesus.
taking the W off computer. That's good. Taxpayers.
Yes.
Yeah.
An investigation.
W's we ought to buy. I wonder where they bought all the W's.
Yeah.
Well, you may not believe this, but
No.
Oh
there
boy.
was, yes.
Where do they get the W's?
Well, there was a store. It was in D.C. It didn't last very long. It was called Ted's Loose Computer Key Emporium.
Emporium.
Yes.
Emporium.
You'd be surprised. Do you know the semicolon key is the best seller? I don't know why.
I am surprised.
The White House was trashed
Yeah, here we
with
go.
10 sliced telephone lines, 100 inoperable computer keyboards. The presidential seal had been ripped off the wall, and there was obscene graffiti in 6 offices.
There you go.
So, yeah.
They don't mess around.
What douches.
When the old administration leaves, they don't make it easy.
I don't see the Republican
doing it like the
side
Democrats did
doing
it.
that.
No.
No,
We'll see.
You know, Clinton had a bunch of guys that he came up with, and they just seemed very, very pissed that they were being thrown out. Ugh.
All right.
There it is. There's the picture of.
Yeah, we'll get that up
Afro.
on O&A Radio.
I love Scatman Crothers' toes in that picture.
Oh, I know.
And the fact he has his feet propped up on the smallest awful pillow ever.
Yeah. What's he doing? What's he watching?
I don't know.
Was he watching the news?
Yes, he was actually.
Okay.
Was it the news?
Yeah.
They usually put Jeopardy on the TV
He should have stayed there.
in these older movies. Hey, here's the dumbest voter ever, right here.
So, Roger, can you tell me about your voting experience today?
Well, I went in and I was going to vote for President Bush. I was, and I went in and they told me I was, that he cannot serve a third term. I was not aware. And I just thought I didn't really like neither of the candidates, so I just wanted to keep the same president since he's been around there. And he seems like he's been doing an okay job, in my opinion. So I was going to vote for him, but they said that you can't vote for presidents can't serve a third term. So I went ahead and cast a blank ballot.
Why
really-
is he allowed to vote?
I was going to say, I really believe you need to just answer 3 or 4 questions before they allow you to vote.
Yeah.
Just real basic stuff.
A lot of times you have to answer even a couple of questions for anything.
For anything.
For anything.
It's scary.
Except for, voting and having children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For some reason, those important things, you just do them at will.
2 of the most important things. No real test needed.
Gonna vote for Bush.
Yeah. He did not know, though, you can't vote for.
Didn't know.
For the...
I guess I didn't know.
All right, quick break on the way. We got Jim Florentine stopping by.
Yep.
We have reports on pubic fashion coming in.
What?
And we have a new method of ingesting alcohol.
All right.
We're always looking for new ways, right?
Is this new? This is new. It's not
This-
like that old new.
Like what? What do you got?
That vapor mist thing.
Or vapor mist, okay.
Yeah.
This is new.
Okay.
Newer than that.
All right. Shoot it right up.
Wasn't there a time people were trying it with some kind of it was an enema?
Oh, yeah.
Like, right?
Yeah, wine.
That's not very
Wine enema.
social. I don't see how you know, have someone over the house. Hey,
Great date in Germany. An after dinner drink after the Goose and Duck soiree.
Jimmy, let's put signs up in our neighborhood that we're having a wine enema party.
yeah,
And we'll just invite the neighborhood.
To see who shows up.
Just to see who shows up.
good stuff.
They come to the door, we go, oh, goody, goody.
Creeps.
A wine enema party.
Hello, I'm here for the party.
I'm here for the wine enema party. Ugh. All right. And some other things. Yeah, some good phone calls coming in as well. 877-212-0&A. You got that right. What's up, peeps?
Wow, this is nice 7 a.m. music.
Opie and Anthony.
Someone's alarm just went off and they went into shock.
Tough times for everyone, Ant. Tough times for everyone.
Tough times.
We'll be here until they tell us you don't have to be here anymore.
That the times are better.
That's how we look at it.
I'm an optimist. I think the times will get better. Damn.
877-212-0&A. Jim Florentine will be here in about a half hour.
Yes.
Right.
Our old friend, by the way.
Yeah, I love Florentine.
He was one of our guys from the beginning. And we just didn't have room for the little fella. And we were bummed.
Yep.
And then he moved on to Howard Show for a long time. But he was always friends with us, no matter what.
Yeah, Jim's never had a negative word to say.
No, he's a real dude.
Not about us, but
No.
about other people.
He's a real dude.
I heard him. He was on Eddie Trunk's show last night. He's a funny guy, man.
Yeah, he
Jim just
really
really
is.
makes me laugh.
And you guys are very old friends. I mean, you guys roomed together and everything.
Gay lovers.
Gay
A whole
lovers.
bunch of-
Never gay lovers, although I did, let's just say I had a girl on one bed and he had one on the other, and I watched him work it. And I was dressed in all black, and whatever was supposed to be working on me wasn't.
Oh,
Picture this, you're supposed to go hopscotching, and your right leg is limp, like a noodle.
Oh, right.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't hopscotch.
Well, that's got to suck.
Oh, it was horrendous for her.
All right, hey, we got a new method of ingesting alcohol.
Yeah, I want to know what this is.
I'm thinking maybe we should say this one for Florentine. It's a good one.
Oh, yeah?
But we have something real.
Why? What's the problem? Sorry, working on my Florentine.
It's good Florentine.
But we have something else we want to throw at everybody because we love these stories as well.
Yep.
So we're not. We talk about the perv switch. You want to explain the perv switch,
Oh,
Anthony?
the perv switch. Usually dentists succumb to the perv switch a lot.
But we all have it.
Yeah, everyone's got the perv switch.
But we understand that it's there and we control ourselves.
You're walking down the street and you just see a woman. If you're a guy, obviously. Well, I won't talk about the other way. I don't care. I don't care. I don't think girls think the same way anyway. Like, oh, he looks like he'd be a nice provider.
Yeah.
Shut up. So you see just the hottest girl walking down the street, and you can't help but turn around and look. I don't care who you're with or anything. You got to look and just kind of go, oh, my God.
And you lose it
Wow.
for a little bit.
Holy Jesus, that is stunning.
Yeah.
And then you go about your business.
Right. But you definitely have that feeling like, I'll ruin everything for this one.
Yeah, you just get like maybe a fantasy or two will run through your head really quickly.
Yeah.
Things like that.
And then it just goes away, thank God.
Yeah, it goes away because you have a breaker.
Yeah.
It's like a breaker, but the breaker's in your house.
Yeah.
If they get overloaded, what happens? You trip a breaker, all the lights go off. Mm-hmm. You're all confused and disoriented.
But then there's guys, they have a penny in that breaker, preventing the breaker switch from doing its job.
Just going to start a fire.
It's jammed.
What that's going to do. It's going to burn your whole house down.
Oh, boy, and
it's going to destroy everything you know and love.
Boy, and it does. Huh, guys?
So the perv switch is this thing that you don't really want it to ever go off.
Yeah.
But let's say you're a dentist and girl's in the chair and she's very attractive and now she's under anesthetic and you get like, her blouse is flimsily buttoned. And a lot of times these guys just can't take it in the middle of their dentistry.
The buttons are struggling to do their job.
Yeah, just trying to hold everything back.
That button wants to pop across the room.
And he's going about his dentistry work, and then he looks down, and the perv switch just snaps. And he goes from family man, dentist, all those years of schooling, everything, to finding himself both hands firmly planted where they shouldn't be, and giving a vigorous massage.
Locking the door. People are knocking on the outside of the door, wondering what the hell's going on.
Now he's a felon in 2 seconds.
Right.
A flip of this perv switch, he couldn't take it, is what happened. He got to the point where it was like, oh, my God, this is so hot. But he went from fantasy to I need to touch those.
Yeah.
Click. And then he does it and ends up throwing his whole career, his life, his wife, his kids, everything gone.
And he always ruins it because he can't put the girl back together the right way.
No, you can never put Humpty back together again. It's something will always be a little askew.
Yeah.
If someone took your pants off and put them back on, your pockets would be a little weird.
Right.
You know, you got to put your hands in your pockets to straighten them out.
The zipper is a little too far off to the right.
It's a little twisted to the side, and you're like, why is the crotch of my pants over on my thigh a little too much? My cuff is twisted. Like, it's just, when you put your own clothes on, you know you put your clothes on. But
the boob isn't evenly distributed.
No,
in the bra
anymore. Girls do tricks with that bra where they pull the boob up and then tuck it back in, kind of. It's like that move, and you don't know how to do that. And then if they really have the perv switch done and had cleaning up to do, now you're just in trouble.
With the dental assistant knocking at the door with the X-rays.
Doctor?
I got the X-rays.
Doctor, I have the X-rays. Is everything okay? Yeah. 1 minute, nurse. Oh, I'm in so much trouble. Why did I do that?
It's another one of my favorite scenarios.
There's evidence going down the rinse sink.
The anesthesia is wearing off. You're trying to clean up. She's knocking on the door with the X-rays.
She's coming to. You punch her in the face until the bruising was from a root canal. You did impromptu.
Yeah, she's like, and you had the blouse is still half open.
Yeah, you got to just clock her. There'll be some slight bruising on your cheek from where I, did the cleaning.
Your cell phone's ringing because your little fella did well at school, and your wife wants to tell you about it.
That's
just everything
great.
is happening at one.
That's great, honey. Doctor, doctor. Goddamn perv switch went on.
Well, we got one of those stories, is what we're getting at.
Yeah.
These are our favorite stories.
This guy probably, time and time again, just did this every day, no problem. He did his job.
Yeah.
And then this girl walked in, and he just lost his mind.
And you're going to hear a lot of laughter because we can't help ourselves. We love these stories.
Of course we do.
We're bad people. Your favorite morning show is filled with bad people.
Horrible, despicable humans.
Here's the latest perv switch story.
A local jeweler is behind bars accused of sexually assaulting a young customer.
Now, a jeweler. We understand the dentist thing.
How do you do that?
We understand the doctor's visit thing.
She's fully conscious. I mean,
the jeweler.
Nothing. Just going off of nothing.
We understand the young gynecologist that gets the 17-year-old every once in a while in there for a first exam. We understand
they don't know what where the work ends and the pleasure begins with a gyno visit. What girl is going to know, all right, no, I have to do this. This is a new test we're doing. It's conducted this way. It has to be done.
Those guys must be great poker players, man.
Oh, yeah.
Because like you said, you don't know where the work ends and the pleasure begins.
Who knows?
You don't know what hand the doctor has.
Hi, it's my first visit.
Does he have pocket aces? Does he have an awful lot,
I'm a little scared.
Right.
Oh, lay down here.
Nothing
I'm
to
a
be scared about.
gynecologist. So you've never been to the gyno before. You have no idea what this entails. No. All right. Let's get to work. Shall we? This is done completely nude on both of our parts.
Don't you put gloves on?
Reason.
No, not needed.
Gloves, schmuvs.
It's Christmas every day in my office.
You can tell. How does the voice change when he really gets into the examination?
What?
Like when he's...
Oh, yes, I have to do a certain test on you. That is a new type of procedure, and it's one of my own. So please try to keep it very secret. This test goes on for a while, so don't worry. All right, roll over.
That's funny.
You're young enough for the rollover.
Yes, of course. You have to check everything. Make sure you're okay.
Sure do. I had one girl tell me, I used to work with her at Pergament.
Ugh.
I know it's awful.
Sorry, Jimmy.
That's okay.
We've all had awful jobs.
Yeah.
Pergament. Ugh.
She was telling me that her gyno would actually be inappropriate at times. She said she knew he was a little inappropriate when he complimented her panties.
Oh, yeah, that is
These
a little
kinda
inappropriate.
Nice. These panties are nice.
That shouldn't be done.
That's a guy that wants to go from inappropriate to dating.
Well, this went on.
Just be inappropriate with the poker face.
Yeah.
You'll have a nice career.
This is what I do.
She said that he would, let's just say, probably during the course of an examination, would cause her to have feelings that she wasn't supposed to be having during an examination. Because let's be honest, the gyno's an expert.
Oh, yeah, he's
manipulating everything.
the master of that area. Wow.
Yeah.
And he would...
Yeah, she said talking softly to her. Yeah, this is many years ago she told me that.
That's really hot.
That was, I made her tell me while I angrily caused a problem all over my steering wheel.
All right, let's get the perv switch story. So, it's a jeweler. This isn't...
Yeah, how are you faking this one?
Usually the pinnacle of the community is the jeweler.
Yes!
But it's very obvious in every one of these stories where the perv switch that gets turned on. Beep. Listen for it.
A local jeweler is behind bars accused of sexually assaulting a young customer. Investigators say there could be more victims.
This is 56-year-old Faridun Gavami. He's now in jail.
Huh?
This
Faridun Kamame.
Wow.
His name?
This.
Faridun Gavami. He's now in jail, arrested for allegedly sexually assaulting a customer at his jewelry store in Laguna Hills. Investigators say it happened Friday when an 18-year-old customer wanted to buy a necklace for her mother.
As she was trying the necklaces on, he reached down, inappropriately touched her on the breast. He then stuck his hand in her pants and inappropriately touched her.
Wow.
This guy just lost everything.
That is losing his mind.
The perv switch goes off and it's over, Johnny.
He's showing her a necklace. He probably went to put it on her.
She must have had
goes,
those.
Oh, could you put it on me? So she turns around, and he's just looking at her hips and ass and putting the necklace on, so he's brushing against her shoulders maybe a little bit.
No. To put the necklace on properly, she probably had to lean over the counter a little bit.
Oh, you're thinking
showing the heaviness of her
okay.
youthfulness.
So she leans over the counter.
And if you're gonna try on a necklace, you got to have a little you got to have some area to show off the necklace. So you got the cleavage working.
Nice fat C's.
Oh, man.
He's probably putting the necklace around her and he's smelling her hair and everything.
Yeah, he's real close. Oh, I can't seem to get the clasp. Oh, I gotta touch those. Right. Just grabs onto. What are you doing? Slides his hand down.
In one split second, he wrecks everything.
He goes from I'm just gonna be here today. Right. Looking at the clock, going, what customers are gonna be in today? I'll straighten up some of the jewelry. Maybe I'll dust off the case. Oh, this is an attractive young girl walking in. Wow, that's some set of breasts on her. That's. Well, could you help me with the clasp? No, I gotta feel those.
And it probably went nasty real quick. As he's got his tongue between his teeth as he's putting his hand on her pants, and she's like, "Stop it!" He's just going, "Shut up, shut up, shut up,
shut up." I gotta. Because everybody, I think, has had that. You ever have the, especially, obviously in the summer, when girls are wearing little shorts and their bellies are showing, and you look, and a lot of times the shorts are pulled down pretty low, and you go, I could just take my hand right now, and just shove it right down the front of those shorts.
Yep.
Just do it. And you almost know how that would feel because you're looking, so you got the sight sensation. You have the familiarity in your head knowing what that feels like just from experience. And you're just like, I could do that. I'll be arrested.
But that's the point we're making.
But your perv switch stays on the off position.
Yeah, the fantasy's in your head.
Yes.
And that's where it stops. Not with this guy.
Yeah. This guy lost it.
But I don't like pearls.
You better.
Get a necklace.
Here comes the necklace.
I was speaking in code. I like to let the listeners figure out the rest of the
Oh,
joke.
no.
All right, here's more of the story with the purse switch going off.
We touched her.
Investigators say it was all caught on videotape. We could see where a
And on
surveillance
video.
And,
And there's surveillance video.
This girl must be really hot.
She's just
Is there a
crazy
picture
hot.
of her?
I haven't seen it.
That's like she's like one of the sirens that sing your ships into the
Right.
rocks.
Gotta be-
She's just irresistible.
Yeah.
all caught on videotape. We could see where a surveillance camera was apparently removed. The Royal Fine Jewelry store was closed today, but we also found some information about the store on this website. The suspect calls himself Fred the Friendly Jeweler. Those who know him aren't sure what to call him now.
Well, we can come up with a few
All right.
names if you like.
It's hilarious. Fred the Friendly.
Fred the friendly, a little too friendly jeweler.
Yes.
Oh, that's good.
Smell my fingers, Freddie.
Yeah. He was just kind of trying to size himself for a ring, trying to see what. Let me see. You're 18, right? I guess I'm about a
Ooh, pinky ring.
pinky.
For the 10 years they've been trying to size himself for a watch.
Yeah, there's a second part to the story.
He's friendly.
Orange County Sheriff's investigators say this might not be the first incident, so they're asking anyone with more information or who believes they're a victim to call them.
Sometimes when things happen like this, young females are afraid or embarrassed to come forward.
And the owner of this store now faces some very serious charges of sexual assault and sexual battery. If convicted, he faces up to 8 years in prison.
8 years.
That's it?
You had a business.
8 years, you
You
do
just-
4. Is it worth
Just
it?
threw it all away.
I'm really considering that. Is that worth it? 4 years? Let me see.
Yeah, not really.
No.
For a sex crime? Well, that could be rough.
She's 18, though. It's not like she's a kid, but I mean, it's still creepy.
Saying it was
It's awful, but
What?
You're blaming the victim, Jim.
Yes, order the jewelry in the mail like every other good girl. Dirty girl.
He's just Fred the friendly jeweler.
Of course, yeah, she knew what she was getting into when she went in.
Ted the friendly jeweler.
That's right. Here you are. Here's your necklace, madam. Ted just throws the box at her. Put this on. I don't want to go near your bosoms. I may scrape them with my knuckles.
wow, the guy went all in too,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, he just screwed
all
everything up. He screwed everything up.
All right.
Fred the friendly cellmate.
You know, we had this story yesterday. Before we take a break and get Jim Florentine in here and talk about how people are using a new method to ingest alcohol. This one is no one's going to guess this unless you've been online and you saw it for yourself.
No.
We had this story yesterday. We were too busy, and now they're talking about it in the papers today. But Joe Scarborough, MSNBC,
Yep.
who fired Imus for that famous incident. Well, he has a potty mouth.
Does he?
And Ronnie B said it yesterday. If we got an F word out there on the airwaves, we'd be fired. Simple as that. We just would.
F equals fired on the radio.
Even if we slip and we didn't mean to, like I guess Joe Scarborough did.
You could go to your boss. You could apologize. You could apologize to the listeners. You can try to plead your case that it was a mistake. It was this, that, the other thing. For some reason, you'll be fired. TV, lately especially,
Yeah.
that F word's been flying around on television.
Yeah.
With, nary a complaint. Mm-hmm. No one really seems to care, which is good. I mean, people have worse things. This is one thing good about a bad economy. People got a lot more important things to worry about. Mm-hmm. You know, when everything was hunky-dory and people are buying houses and cars and gas was cheap, they had to find something to bitch about. So it was, inappropriate radio and political correctness. Now, you don't see people marching as much and protesting and complaining about things. They're being thrown out of their friggin' houses.
During these tough times, I want my local anchorman to be able to sprinkle a few words in for us.
Oh, a few saucy words.
Oh, absolutely.
The F word.
Holy S, we're screwed.
Yeah, something good.
Just a little sprinkle. I wouldn't be a fan of allowing the F word every other word on TV, but I would like to see it sprinkled in. Because we all sprinkle these words in.
A little more than a sprinkle.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm being polite, but I mean, the average person sprinkles these words around, so why not have them on TV?
I noticed I use them in meetings a lot.
Really?
You ever notice that? I use the F word in meetings all the time.
Yeah.
Because you have that little naughty boy thing that you're saying it in front of the adults. Anthony is still little Anthony. It's kind of fun.
Anthony. I'm trying to make a point, and I'm just using the F word all the time.
We don't take meetings anymore.
No, screw it.
We know what all you guys are about, and we don't need meetings anymore.
Yeah.
We know you're full of lies, and we're not going to listen to the crap anymore.
Text me so I can delete it.
Right. We'll give you a very good radio show every morning to the best of our abilities. We'll try really hard every day.
What are we going to do? Best of our abilities or a good show? Come on.
That is a good point. The best of our abilities falls far short.
We got to make a choice here, guys.
We bumped our heads on mediocrity and stopped.
We will give you a fine radio show every day. No more meetings, though, because you're all just BSers out there.
How about this? We'll give you something that is more pleasant than cancer surgery every morning.
Yes. That I could guarantee.
A whole big bunch better than cancer surgery.
We've been at this way too long. We know what you're about. We can't buy into your lies anymore. But we will do a very good radio show every single day. But no more meetings.
We're holding up our side.
That's right. So Scarborough did this yesterday.
Decent, steady men that don't go around flipping people off or screaming you at the top of their lungs. I suggest that you missed the Jay Carney story. That was a Jay Carney story. I didn't use the word.
Honey.
So Mike Barnacle.
Yes, sir. The beauty of it, obviously, he had no idea that
He didn't know he said it.
Because when you're acting like Joe Scarborough, seems like he's a bit real and just kind of being himself.
Yeah.
And, when you use the word, half the time you don't even realize you're using it. If you're being a real human being.
When they dump out of it on us occasionally, it's usually just, we have no idea you even said it.
Right.
That's just like, because you're talking and then it slips out, because it's part of general conversation usually.
Right.
And then you go, oh, my, did I say that?
He had no clue. That's why the woman, the whole, is like, I don't know.
No?
I met Joe. I went over to MSNBC one day and did a little something that didn't really work. And he was the coolest guy behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Very, very different.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why didn't it work? Was it
Well, it did work, but the stuff that whatever. Whatever. We tape some really funny stuff, but it's MSNBC, so you got to not be edgy.
Of course.
Joe realizes he said the F word and apologizes.
Well, it's interesting you say that. I think. Hold on, let me call a timeout.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes.
No, you meant to say the letter.
I did not say what
Hold
you
on.
said.
Come to mommy right here. You meant
I may
to
have been
say
the one on Ambien. If I actually said the word instead, did I say the word or did I say what Jay Carney said?
You meant to say the letter, but we should clarify and apologize if everyone heard it that way.
Why is she speaking? Shut up, bitch.
Let him,
We should apologize.
Ugh. Stupid codependent woman, let him get it out.
Time for the fake apology. No one's offended by hearing the F word. I'm sorry. And the people that aren't worth the time of day.
You did say it. I heard it.
Isn't that awful?
You meant to say the letter. What are you, my mommy? Shut up.
You guys want to get the little effers on the show today, cursing? I love when they do that. The little effers out there.
It's adorable.
I love when the little effers call our show with their opinions. They're terrific.
Yeah.
The letter, but we should clarify and apologize if everyone heard it that way.
Jay Carney had told the story earlier about a conversation.
He used the word, but it was off air.
And
hold
up,
Jesus!
God Almighty, shut up!
Let the guy talk.
Another hole.
He said it. He's explaining himself.
Wow.
Over-explaining.
It's like a mother in the office with the principal. It's like, don't talk. No, he was a good boy. He wasn't involved in that. It was the other boys that did this. Shut up. Oof.
God, is that irritating?
Isn't it?
Let him say what he's got to say. He's a man.
It'd be great if he turned around and told her to shut the F up.
And then backslapped her. Left his ring print at her cheek.
I love broads, but not on the radio and not on TV.
Absolutely. Just in the kitchen and the bedroom.
Yeah.
I'm like James Evans.
Yeah. James.
There's an exception to the rule here and there, but for the most part, they're the same person.
Yep.
The same holy hole.
He had told the story earlier about a conversation.
He used the word, but it was off air.
And
It's fine.
Okay.
Apologize, move on.
So I
Okay.
repeated. So great apologies if I said the word instead of the letter.
It was a
My
mix.
wife is going to kill
is.
me
Susan,
when I
we are
get
so
home.
sorry.
I hate this woman.
Great
I'm
apologies.
going to text her right now.
Are you?
Who is she? Why doesn't she shut up?
Are you, Miss Goody Two Shoes? You're going to text his wife right now? Ugh.
Who is that broad? Shut up. Oh, my God. Her endless prattling is maddening. Just a prattling hen. Shut up. She's so afraid of losing her gig. Bark, 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 bark. Quiet.
This is why it took me so long to find the right one, because the world is filled with those.
The man is saying, oh, yeah, he's relaying what happened and going, he's sorry. And she just has to continually try and fix it.
Oh, she's going to be mad. I'll text her right now.
I'll text her.
Thanks.
Don't worry, I've emasculated your husband.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, good one.
Stop trying to fix it. Fix.
Yeah.
She should be that eager when someone finds a stain in the bowl. To grab that scrub brush.
Get that brush.
Right. Oh, I'll take care of this. Stephen S. From Bayshore. That hole needs to visit Fred the Friendly Jeweler for a good blanking.
Shut your goddamn pie hole.
Yes.
And the good blanking is one of the F words, but it's not the F word.
Nice.
You know, it's
Oh, wow, that other
it's
one.
the
Yeah,
yeah.
that one.
It would make Bernard Hopkins proud.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
If you know what I mean. Sure.
You know what I mean. All right.
Wow.
Florentina's here.
That's great that he just thought he had said the F.
He had no idea.
He said effing.
Which is awesome.
Give the finger and said the effing,
Mm-hmm.
and then he just, the word came out. Yeah, good for him.
I think her name is who, what? Tim from Rochester, the home of Brother Weeze. Weeze is going to be back on the radio shortly, and I couldn't be happier. What's up, Tim?
Mika Brzezinski, I think the whole name is.
Okay.
Some rich broad.
Okay.
Just constant.
Is she like that every morning with Joe?
Every morning.
Stinks. Why are you watching that nonsense?
Because Joe, I've taken a peek at that show. He does a pretty good job. He's not bad. I like the guy.
Don't need her.
But they had to shove the broad down his throat, right? To balance it all out?
Fancy talk. Tame it down.
Fancy talk.
Yeah.
Fancy talk.
Yeah.
Fancy talk for a whore.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, Tim, thank you. Logan in Tennessee. How's Oprah? Logan, what's up? Hey.
Hey, man.
Yeah, I was just like calling to basically say goodbye, I guess. This really sucks because I only get you guys on DirecTV.
Oh, boy.
And I heard you're leaving tomorrow. And it pisses me off. I can't afford anything else,
Well.
Sir, look, you have to make sacrifices. Do you have kids?
I'm 16, so...
16.
Yeah,
All right, so what race are you?
I am a mulatto, sir.
Kidding.
Yeah, we have a pretty big audience that follows us on DirecTV, and that's going away tomorrow, I guess. And we found out through our listeners, which makes us very happy. I don't know what to tell you, Logan. I'm sorry. A decision was made by
Serious?
The powers that be.
Yeah, exactly.
Serious.
That.
Yeah. Yeah, man, it sucks, man, because, I mean, you guys were just talking yesterday about how, the government, companies, whatever, they just screw us over on these things we don't fight back on, and I'm thinking, just okay, subtly, if you can, like later in the show, tell us what buildings to burn down to bring this back, because it's really bothering me.
Well,
The pyramids.
I wish they would have told us ahead of time because I would have gave my opinion on the whole thing. DirecTV carried our show, and I guess the logic being if you get rid of the DirecTV, then these guys will go out and buy XM units. But the problem is a lot of these people already have XM units, and they use the DirecTV to listen in the house before they go in their car.
Right.
So this is something that I hope they thought thoroughly about.
I mean, with the economy the way it is, I certainly can't afford it. I mean, I don't know about a lot of people. I don't have XM.
We know our listeners pretty well. A lot of them cannot afford another unit so they could, follow the show in their houses. And this was a great thing for these people. Or check out the show while they're getting ready for work. Then they jump in their car and they got the XM unit and boom, they're very happy customers. But now, I don't know. I feel like it's going to, we're going to lose a lot of our audience. Simple as that.
I mean, I've only been listening for like a year, and since like last August or something. But I've
still going on. Endless.
All right.
God, was he a babbling fool?
You get it. You love us.
Yeah, rob your local liquor store so you get the money to
Exactly.
Whatever it takes.
to
It's more important.
to continue being a super fan.
16, you don't have an XM. What kind of punk are you?
Yeah, stop it.
That's a 16-year-old?
Yeah,
he did say that, right? Wow. Yep. All right, Opie and Anthony, Florentine next.
Yep.
You're checking out the Opie and Anthony Show. Good morning to everybody. To my right, it's about effing time. Jim Florentine in studio.
Yes.
We've only been trying to do this for,
10 years.
10 years?
Yeah. It's I've been busy.
Yeah. Just stupid. Like, you got two shows that, over the years didn't really get along, but the people that are involved with those shows always got along. We've always been friends with Jim Florentine. Used to live with Norton for many, many years. These guys are solid friends. So, now you get to do our show.
It was a little weird, because, Jim was on your show, I was on Howard's show, and we were living together.
Yeah.
And Jim got the sidekick job, and I was a regular on there, and there was some, stuff going on between the two shows, and we're just looking at each other like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not getting involved.
Sounds like a
laid more-
sitcom pitch.
Yeah, it really was.
He's on one show.
But we never brought it home to each other.
Yeah.
We were respectful like that. We didn't hold it against
Yeah, when you
each
guys
other.
were pulling trains and stuff, it
Yeah.
never came up in conversation,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, when Jim was pushing my cheeks. We never brought that up.
Yeah, that's got to be a tough spot for you guys to be in.
Not really.
Knowing that all that crap was going on and you guys are,
It was a little
on
weird.
opposite shows.
Yeah, but I didn't really, we didn't really know what was going on. I guess that stuff was before, we both on each
But
other.
we never brought it up when I would see you, at the comedy clubs and stuff. You were just always a good dude, man. Really funny dude.
No, look, you guys took a liking to Jim, so Jim's like, you know what, I got a good home here, and then they took a liking to me over there, and I'm like, all right, I don't know what's going on in the background, but I'm cool here for a while, and we'll see what happens. And then look, now we're one big happy family.
Right. Very cool.
Yeah.
Took a long time.
And because of you, I met Robin, and she couldn't have been nicer. And I know you guys don't go out anymore, so maybe I shouldn't be bringing this up. But she was very cool. It should be stated today.
No, absolutely. And then, we met Anthony, too.
Yes. And,
and his
Anthony
relationship
and
is...
my relationship at the time.
Who would have thought? We were both in relationships. That it would have been over pretty soon for both of us.
Yeah, who knew? we seemed so happy at the time.
I know. There was pictures of us all smiling.
Yes.
Like we're all on our honeymoon and we're in the Bahamas.
Yeah, that's what it was like. And then, wow. Came apart at the seams.
You are a brave man, though, because you started dating Robin. I'm thinking to myself, wow, if this relationship goes bad, he's blowing up his spot with Howard.
Yeah, I mean, look, there was risk, but I didn't care, man. It was like, she was cool. I asked her out on the air as a goof. I didn't think she was going to say yes. I'd never had the balls to do it off the air.
Yeah.
There's no way. And she's like, all right, fine, I'll go to dinner with you. We were both single at the time, and, we hung for a few months before, we're friends and stuff like that, just feeling out. She knew about my reputation. I told all the stories on the show. She's like, what am I doing with this guy? She's like, come on. And I'm like, look, that's just the way I am. And I'm like, that's why I was like, there's no way I could. Like, if I asked her off the air, I would get banned from the show because it would be I would put her on the spot. Like, are you kidding me? I'd never go out with you.
Sure.
But no, it was cool. She's really cool.
Yeah, I can't say anything bad about her anymore.
No, you know what
she
it was?
Very, very cool.
When you're used to these little girls, there's just so much drama and just so much crap with it, even though, I just needed someone at that time to just, be a really cool chick. Bring no drama to the table, and that's what it was.
So you're back to the little girls?
Of course. You miss them. I miss getting texts 175 times a day.
The terrible twos are fun, aren't they?
Yeah. I miss dropping her off, and a minute later I get a text, where you at? I'm like, I'm still in the driveway, all right? I didn't even pull out yet.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, there's definitely
a price to pay for an ass like a snare drum.
I know. There is.
Hey, you have a Norton story that we haven't heard yet? Because you guys live together. I want to hear a good Norton story today.
I don't know
because he's got some dirt on
How
you.
descriptive? You can't really beat that.
Well, obviously something Norton would be okay with. I'm not trying to like.
Oh no,
you know,
dude, this
Come
put
on,
him in a bad spot.
what
but-
could be out there that hasn't been said about
That's
him?
true.
Yeah, but that's the day the girl was faithful. Keep it under your hat.
It's horrid.
Well, I just know, like, you know, he kept different hours than me. I would go to bed at like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Jim would go to bed at like 9 in the morning.
Yeah.
So I'd have to get him up at like 7 p.m. because not to miss his first spot. He's like, "Can you get me up at 7?" I'm like, "In the morning?" He goes, "No, at night." I'm like, "Oh my god!" I'm like, dude, you got to get your life together.
Right.
By the time I got up, Starbucks was closed. He was angry. So I go to bed at like 3, and the kitchen table was right near my bedroom. So this guy would get in at like 6 in the morning and just start eating potato chips like a maniac.
Oh, yeah,
I'm trying to sleep. My head's like a foot away from him, and I'm like, "What is it? Is there a chipmunk in the kitchen?" What? I'm pounding on the wall. He's like, "Sorry, dude. I was just I'm hungry. I'm starving. You know how it is. I haven't eaten all day." I'm like, "All right, just go in the other room."
There was an Exxon, and I would stop at the Exxon and go to the Subway. And I thought I was eating healthy because I was eating Subway. I would eat 2 Subway sandwiches and then go to bed on Artie. What was? Oh God, Artie, not Artie Lang.
Artie Fletcher.
Artie Fletcher's old bed. Yeah, yeah, you know Artie Fletcher?
No.
But
He's obese.
having somebody else's bed is.
Yeah, I
just-
bought his bed for $200, and he lies a lot. He's like, it's brand new. I'm like, there's like coffee stains on it. I'm like, this isn't brand
was it
new.
coffee.
Yeah, and that guy never wore a bag either. So it wasn't the first time Jim was laying in someone else's stuff.
yeah.
Sure. Well, I'm sorry.
That's right.
That's fun.
Jesus Christ, you really were bad back then.
Oh, I
as
was
far as,
so well behaved on my like the first. I moved in with Jim, and it was like
Yeah.
I was 30, and it was time to get out of my parents' house. And I was so well behaved. I was quiet for a while, and then fast forward a month, I'm smoking in the living room. His girlfriend hates me.
We did Cribs with your old place that you guys lived in
with
together.
the mold and
when
everything.
Cribs was a popular show, we did a few episodes ourselves, and we did a Norton Cribs, and you were living with him at the time. I thought I lived in some S-holes, but that place, wow.
It was brutal.
With the black mold where you guys, you frame pictures?
Yeah, we
to
put
cover-
pictures over
to
the
cover
mold.
up the black mold?
Yeah.
I went to the Englishtown auction in New Jersey for like $4 and bought these pictures that would cover a mold. We put tin foil on the wall to cover the mold.
His bedroom was lined with tin foil. It was so creepy. It looked like he was trying to be fashionable, but he's just trying to stay alive.
It looked like aliens. Or, yeah, he was keeping the alien signals away.
But we paid. It was like $800 a 2-bedroom for $800.
Nice, right?
And I had my girlfriend living there, so it was 3 of us splitting $800.
Sweet.
We couldn't beat them. We need to be in New York because we were trying to get into the clubs and all that stuff.
Didn't they try to didn't they make that Section 8 housing or something like that? Like it went into some weird like government housing after we left because the landlord lived below us.
Really?
Yeah. They did something with it. It was a dump.
Great. He probably had to do that in order to refurbish it.
Yeah.
That was just
All right.
moldy and ugh.
Did you guys have bugs and other creatures?
We had some.
Silverfish.
Yeah, we had some silverfish. Yeah.
Oh, those things. I had those. Those things.
And then all of a sudden the
I'd rather
Spanish.
see a cockroach than those things for some reason.
They just say filth
Yeah.
and moisture.
I know. Yeah.
And then this new landlord took over, the Spanish dude, and as soon, within 3 days we had roaches.
Did we have roaches?
Yeah. Well, no, you were just moving out at the time. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I probably just missed that. I probably missed the silverfish. I never had roaches. Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Isn't that nice? Now look at you living in the lap of luxury.
Yeah, I know. Now he's in Trump Tower.
Yeah.
Well, now he's got like a shoe area. He was talking about this
It's the
morning.
designated shoe area. You know how it is. You have to have a gentleman has to have a place to keep his shoes. And I'd like to meet a girl by there. I tell
And
her
he's
I'll meet
bragging about his California closets. Like, what happened to us?
What? I have to have a nice place.
You used to
put my
live with
stuff.
black mold.
Yeah, I know. We had a living room with
Silverfish.
It had like that old door where it had that like big keyhole.
Yeah.
So that's where we'd always bring chicks, and we'd watch each other through the little keyhole.
like psycho.
But it was because Jim always has to pee, him every 5 seconds. So every time I'm watching it, I'm starting to like, wow, this is getting good. I got to go pee, and I have to go run in my room. to hide.
Believe you were sleeping.
And then if I wanted to watch Florentine, all I have to do is walk into the kitchen. There'd be 3 chicks laid out. I'm like, Jesus Christ, what a great life you have.
Amazing. There's a picture of the silverfish.
Oh, that's a good one.
We'll put it up on O&A Radio.
The place was infested with them, though. They were disgusting.
You ever find one in your bed?
No, because they were always in the walls. But I remember at one point, I think I counted, after it would rain, they'd be all over the place. I think I counted 5 or 6 on my wall at the same time. I was like 32. I was doing comedy for, I guess, 9 years at the time.
You
11
should
years
not
at the time.
be in that situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't feel guilty about doing well. Oh,
No.
I was in a dump.
for a long time.
A dump.
Yeah, but it worked for us, man, because we used to have to drive like an hour and a half to get back and forth into the city all the time. So we needed to be near there, and we're like, oh, who cares?
With no money pressure, because you come in and do $25 when I do a Comedy Cellar spot. So it was like we needed to be in a place where you could come in and do city spots without any financial pressure. It was great.
Yeah.
It was perfect.
And I had one rule: no prostitutes in the house.
Well, that's a good rule.
You know what I mean? Because I was like, I don't know what they might go in my room and steal stuff and
pilfering.
You know, so he just pull in the driveway and put like one of those sun visors up. So then the neighbors would see and be in the car with them.
Did you really, Jim?
Yeah, I did that at my house. My parents' house.
I'd look at it like 2 a.m. I'd see the visor up. I'm like, all right, Jim's
that old school visor that was
that cardboard thing.
Supposed to keep the heat off of your steering wheel.
Right.
And it basically just kept the wig from bobbing, so my neighbors could see it.
Wait, you did this in your parents' driveway,
And I also, that's where I started doing it. And then there was like a little park, and you could occasionally get horsed by where we lived. But I didn't want to park around there because I was afraid of a cop. So I would park kind of right by the house because it was like a quiet dead end street, and I'm like, no cops would ever. You could always see who was coming.
Right.
Only the class broads you were bringing home.
Oh, they were terrific.
Yeah.
And
we'll do it right here in the car.
Your sweet mom is inside that house, and all hell's breaking loose in the driveway.
Well, that was what I would do at home. Yeah, that's where I first started doing it. And I was always afraid.
How much does a girl of that stature cost?
Not a lot. $25.
Yeah.
$30. Yeah, not a lot of money. Wow. Yeah.
And Jim used to always take like the mason jars from that because he's driving around the city, and in case he had to relieve himself, he's like, I need another jar. Oh, that's a good. I've eaten fruit. He's like, can I have that? I'm going to drive around and look at some hookers tonight.
I didn't want to get arrested for going outside, so I would actually always carry a jar or a cup in the car. It was awful.
You were Lenny Legal.
Dude, that's how you knew I was going whoring. How many times I left the Comedy Cellar, I'm like, hey, can I have like an empty plastic cup with a lid and some napkins? And they're like, why?
And some ice for later.
Yeah, and a little lemon and 2 straws with umbrellas.
Oh, my God. Like just old peanut butter jars and stuff, whatever you can find.
Anything that you could just stop real quick. And, you had to. And I didn't want to walk outside half the time if it's raining or if it's cold out.
Well, sure.
And you don't want to get arrested.
Yeah, he doesn't want to get sick, from the rain or not.
Yeah.
Just go with a streetwalker.
Yeah,
and I'll tell you one thing. I've gone in jars before and things like that in a pinch there in the car, and it's not as sanitary as your bathroom at home. You can't really spend much time making sure everything is gone.
Yeah.
So the girl that you're getting is now getting an extra treat when.
Here's what you got to do.
There's always a kink in the hose.
Yeah, kink in the hose.
And you unkink it and like,
when you ever shut the water off and then go to take the nozzle off your hose?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what happens. There's still water left in there under pressure.
You got to use it like a tourniquet. Like, you ever see the 1776 poster? The guy's had the bandage on his head.
Yeah.
Right. That's what you got to do. Like, when you're ready to like open the window and throw the cup, like dump the cup, you have to take a napkin in your right palm and cup the top.
Yeah.
So you don't. So the kink in the hose goes into the napkin.
Okay.
You have to do that.
See this guy.
See, I always get the Gatorade bottles with the wide mouth. Yeah.
Yeah. Need that.
That's a key because sometimes you don't, and if you got like a regular water bottle, it's tough.
Regular water bottle, I could never do that in a water bottle ever.
A water bottle or a beer bottle. In the old days, I would drive around drinking a beer. I would drive with a beer between my legs and just drink as I'm driving. And when you're done with a bottle, you just use it to go in and then throw it out the window. And a beer bottle is tough to line up. That's like lining up a difficult pool shot.
Yeah.
You really have
and it's dark, and you don't know if you're close to the top.
Yeah, and you can't move once you start.
Right, yeah.
Because like that linkage, you don't have much, there isn't much plus or minus on that.
You do realize those things fill up real fast.
Yeah, and then you start panicking and you go, uh-oh. Let me feel here. I still got a ways to go, and we're up to the top of the Bud label.
I usually keep the Gatorade bottle under my seat. And one time I had a girl in the car, and I stopped short at a traffic light. It rolled right under her feet. And she's like, oh, you got Gatorade? I'm thirsty. And I'm like, nah, it's been in there for a while. She's like, no, I'm like, no, we'll just stop and get some. I should have had her drink it, though. I should have. But she was nice.
Oh, it's delicious.
Lemon lime, my favorite.
One of my favorite stories was Florentine was going to a gig, and you had a Starbucks cup.
It was a McDonald's cup.
A McDonald's cup. And it was dark, and you didn't realize the bottom was like, I guess, what was it, leaky?
Yeah, because I used it like 4 different times to go to the bathroom. So by the 4th time, it was one of those plastic cups.
There was a problem.
It was saturated.
And what did you have to take off your pants and put them on? He had to drive to a gig with his pants off, with them on top of the dashboard.
Yeah, with the heat cranking. It was like 90 degrees out because the bottom fell out. I didn't know until about 45 seconds in. I had black jeans on. I was running late to a gig. I pulled over, took my pants off, put them on. Yeah, put them on there and just cranked the heat 400 degrees.
Must have smelled great.
It was awful. And as soon as I got in the club, I went right on the stage, and it was all. I'm like, all right, look, I'll tell you what happened. I told the story, so I just said, stop looking at me like that.
I take lemons and make lemonade in your pants.
Oh, that is great, man.
Cute story.
All right, we're going to break more with Jim Florentine, but you're playing comics.
Yeah, comics this weekend in New York, and then also that metal show on VH1 Classic.
That's right, man. Congrats on that.
Yeah, me, Eddie Trunk, and Don Jameson starts this
very
Saturday.
Cool.
11,
Oh, really? This Saturday?
Yeah.
What time?
11 o'clock every Saturday on VH1 Classic.
And what are you guys talking about? Obviously metal, but what's the angle? Like,
it's a half hour. It's almost like a best damn sports show period for just talking about music. We sit around, do some and we have a guest come in,
great.
And we just bust each other's chops and talk about music and mess with the fans. We do these bits outside concerts and just screw around with people. And
did you see Steven Adler on Celebrity Rehab?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even recognize him. I told the story yesterday on the air. I'm like, wow, it's a rock dude. I don't know who he is, but he's really famous. And then they finally said it was Steven Adler. I couldn't believe it's the same guy.
I got a friend out in California. I just talked to him yesterday. He's hanging out with him now. He said he's a lot better, but he just smokes a lot of pot.
Oh, really?
Just constantly pot. He said you just got to keep him up because he's really like down and done. He thinks with the new Guns N' Roses, Slash, and those guys ever get back together that he's going to be part of a band. And
right.
It's
he's
sad,
a mess.
But there's no way he could.
He took it way too far because it looks like he had seizures and strokes.
Yeah, he had a stroke about
he did have
15
a stroke,
years
right?
ago. Yeah,
because his mouth kind of moves when he talks and his eyes, and it's just it looks very tiring.
That was always the joke. It's like, how many drugs do you have to do to get thrown out of Guns N' Roses? And he was the one that did.
He got thrown out early.
Yeah, he got thrown out right after
these guys
Appetite
were
for
really
Destruction.
rocking, right?
Yeah, right
87,
before.
88,
yeah, right
around
before
there?
Use Your Illusion came out. Yeah,
He's been out of that band for over 20 years?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
He was the first to go.
Does he still have money? I mean, I don't know how the royalties work with music.
I'm sure.
I mean, those guys
sure.
either get paid forever or they get screwed on the contract.
He never stopped working. He did a few projects on his own, and not
if he
Guns
wrote
N' Roses money.
If he wrote the songs on the first record, then he wrote. I think he wrote some of them.
Oh, did he?
I know Axl and Izzy write most of the stuff.
He must have had a good deal because I read he was the one that found Axl through an ad, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't it him and Slash?
It was him and Slash.
Starting the band, they needed a singer.
Wow.
So those two were the original members, basically, and then they found Axl. So I'm assuming that has to mean something financially.
What about, did you hear any of Appetite? Not Appetite, Chinese Democracy?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I like it, man. I've got about 7 songs that I heard, that got leaked, but I think it's going to be a good record. It's not going to be Appetite for Destruction. That's what everyone's expecting.
Right.
Yeah.
That was 87. That was 21 years ago.
It came out today. Rolling Stone gave it 4 stars.
Did they really? Out of how many?
I think it's 5, right? 4 out of 5, I believe.
The one song we heard was okay. We didn't love it, but I didn't listen to any
I was
more of
expecting
either.
it to be a lot worse.
Yeah.
I really was, but
Yeah,
Rolling
It's
Stone.
a lot of November. There's some hard rock and stuff on it. It's a lot of songs like November Rain too.
Mm-hmm.
They start off slow and then they start rocking. I think it's good, man. It shows you that Axl can really write some songs. I mean, it took him 12 years to write them, so obviously they better be good.
Yeah, no kidding.
But I think he's the talented. I mean, Slash's stuff, but the Velvet Revolver stuff, I never really got into.
It was all right.
It was all right, but there was
cool
no
songs.
smash hits off of that
No,
stuff.
you're right
You think
about
between
that.
Weiland and all those guys from GNR that they can write unbelievable records.
Yeah.
So I'm my money's on Axl, and the new band is good. I've seen them guys 3 times.
Do they have Buckethead still?
No, they got Bumblefoot instead.
Bumblefoot.
He's a Jersey guy from North Brunswick.
I talked to him, yeah.
He's a great dude. Yeah.
There was him and one of the dudes, a black dude, one of the musicians, right?
No, not at all white.
Maybe he's in the new Guns N' Roses then, not with Axl. Maybe he's is Axl still in Guns N' Roses?
Yeah, well,
He's not going out as Axl Rose. He's going out
as Guns N' Roses. Yeah.
Okay, there was some black dude Eddie Trunk introduced me to. Maybe he was in the band and out, but I thought he was in the band too.
There are a lot of lineup changes over the years, so it's hard to keep track, What about Black Ice? The new AC/DC
I like
album.
it.
Everyone's talking about how great it is.
I like it. It's good. Look, it's same. Any of those songs could have been on an album from 1975 by AC/DC.
Wow.
They've never changed their sound. It's good. It's a good record.
They know how to get the job done. They don't have to experiment with new sounds.
They never.
They know it works, and they just go, all right, it's just more of the same.
And that's one band, even in the 80s, never went to the power ballad. Every other band went that way.
Yeah.
You know?
What's the closest power?
Thunderstruck.
Yeah, exactly.
They got no slow songs besides like Ride On that was on the Dirty Deeds in '73. So.
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay. Very cool.
True.
All right, more at Florentine. He's great. He's really great in the comedy clubs, especially comics. COMIXNY.com. But it's Friday and Saturday?
Friday, Saturday, yeah.
All right,
Here
very
in
cool.
New York on 9th and 14th.
And when we get back, I think you'd appreciate this, Florentine. A new method of ingesting alcohol.
Beautiful.
This is amazing. We heard about the enema thing that people were trying for a while. I think it was wine enemas or something. Gets the alcohol in your system really, really fast.
You know something? I've been so drunk off of wine just drinking it.
Yeah.
I don't have to get it in my system any faster by, going that route.
It also came out very dangerous. Very dangerous.
Did it?
Yeah, you get alcohol poisoning really, really fast doing it that way. Yeah. But wait to hear of the new method.
Stupid way.
Right after the break, we'll do that. Opie and Anthony. We got a busy one. Opie and Anthony. In studio, Jim Florentine. He's playing comics here in New York City Friday and Saturday night. And then he's got the VH1 show with our old pal Eddie Trunk. Doing a metal show, right?
Eddie's amazing. I've never seen a guy that knows more about metal.
It's creepy how much he knows.
It is unbelievable. He knows, what band, the drummer from Saxon was in when he was 14.
Yeah.
And he has his demo tape.
That's true.
We do a segment on the show called Stump the Trunk where we have some people from the audience ask
that's
some
a good
questions.
idea.
Yeah, and he gets like 3 out of 4. I always throw one in. Like he was wearing this awful leather jacket. In Wardrobe, they dress him up. Me and Don Jameson always wear like concert shirts.
Yeah.
And Eddie's like, you like this? And I'm like, oh, no, it looks great. He doesn't know we're messing with him. I'm like, no, it looks fine. He's like, you sure? I'm like, no, dude, it'll look good on camera. It will, and it's the worst thing ever. So he had this big puffy leather jacket, so I throw in a question, who was Ozzy's, whatever, and then I'm like, I don't know how this question got in here, Eddie, but Rubik started called, and he wants his leather jacket back, so we get him every time.
Set him up.
Yeah.
Wardrobe stinks, doesn't it?
And Bear Grylls on our couch behind you, Anthony.
Yeah.
Man versus Wild.
Of course.
We got a busy one today, sir. Thanks for coming by to say hi.
How many seasons have you guys done already?
I never know how they measure it. We've done 40 shows now. I think this is the third
40.
Third season of it, yeah.
And
we've just finished filming for the year 2 days ago, so I have to come straight from location straight here.
Where were you?
We were in Hell's Canyon, Oregon.
Really?
So yeah, it was a hard one.
What were you doing there?
What kind of hardships?
Yeah.
It's the deepest river gorge in America, and it's huge. There's not a road across this place for 100 miles. Not even like a track. It's a big old place. And I was dropped in the high mountains in the snow up there. Went through the ice for frozen lake. Genuinely, completely unintentionally up there. I've done it before. I'm saying, this is how you get out of it. But we were crossing this lake and it got about 3/4 of the way. And it went. So that turned into a bit of an epic. But then down at the river gorge and, a whole series of adventures in. Almost got pinned in a big stopper in the Class 4 rapids down there. And but anyway, it's like all these things are out of it and it's all good. And
you look a little
nice
shell-shocked.
Yeah. We've filmed 16 shows this year.
Yeah.
So it's been our busiest year and I've been pushed more than ever before, I think. But we've got a good break now. I've got a couple of weeks off, and then I'm leading a climbing trip down to Antarctica in 2 weeks, and then proper break over Christmas.
Oh, very good.
Is that like a vacation? Antarctica?
Well, we just sent a recce crew down there ahead of us, and they've just said it's yet to get above minus 45 degrees. I was thinking it should be, summertime down there. It should be, minus 15, minus.
Yeah.
But it's,
no.
It's quite cold at the moment. But
where do you go on vacation? Like you get to do all this cool stuff for work, so when you want to relax.
I get home, I get all my sort of old climbing friends ring me up, and they go, "Oh, let's go climb." I go, "Do you know what? I just want no dramas.
Right.
I want to be safe. I want to be with my family. I want to be warm."
You should take like a 9-to-5 job for a week for your vacation.
Like an office gig.
Right.
A cubicle.
Right.
The thing is, I've just, over the years, I've made myself 100% unemployable in anything sensible, I think, now.
Yeah. How do you get out of the rapids? Because a lot of people saying there's a little chatter around that you almost bought it in the rapids.
Yeah, I was, rapids are always scary. I think you're so powerless against these really big forces of nature. But, it was fine, and I got out of it. I mean, the biggest danger, actually, often in these big rivers is the cold. You get so cold in these things.
Yeah.
But, you know, you forget it all. I kind of, you know, literally have such a dull memory. I get out of these places and you forget about the mosquito bites or the snakes or whatever, and everything's great, and it's nice seeing you guys again, and it's all cool.
What are you doing in Antarctica? It seems like an awful place to go. What do you do?
Is there any chicks there?
Yeah, it's a place I've dreamt of going there ever
bang
since I was
seals.
a kid. You know, it's bigger than China and India combined, but with a population of like the handful of this room. You know, so we're exploring some of these coastal ice shelves that are about 800 foot vertically straight up ice walls where the Southern Ocean meets the continent, and we're using these bioethanol powered little jet skis to explore that, and then we're climbing up one of these ice faces, sleeping in these portaledges, you know, these hanging bivouac stuff.
Jesus
Get over the
Christ,
top, and then we're
come
trying to haul these jet skis up, and then we're using the wind to kite ski across the ice. We're heading into the big mountains. There's one very remote unclimbed peak there that we're trying to climb, and then we're using these electric powered paragliders to fly out of there. So it's the whole thing's, you know, promoting alternative energy and, you know, the stuff we can do with it. And then home for Christmas.
I've seen just do it in front of a green screen.
Yeah, really.
And put all the stuff in later.
You know, what's nice for me is that, you know, I do so much of this Man vs. Wild, and it kind of does take over a lot of the year. And, you know, ultimately, though, I'm doing Man vs. Wild because I've done so much of this other stuff before, and I kind of want to make sure I don't lose touch with what, you know, I've kind of always done. So I'm going with 3 of my best old army buddies, and we're heading down there, and, you know, no cameras, no nothing, just us guys. And
wow,
for me, it's a real joy. It's what I'm really looking forward to.
How do you sleep on the side of a mountain like that? I've seen those things. How do you get a good night's sleep?
It's a hammock that you nail into the side of a mountain, pretty much.
That's the most insane thing I've seen.
Yeah, no, I'll tell you at Christmas time. You know, it's
see how it goes.
You know, it's not comfy, and it's small, and you can't roll over because you've got a 300-foot drop. But
yeah.
You know, there are worse places to be.
We've all slept somewhere, and you think you're in your house or something, and realize, oh wait, I'm in a hotel room. I imagine the same thing happens as you're on the side of a mountain. Oh,
Well,
that's right.
You're right. I mean, the cameraman we have on Man vs. Wild always sleepwalks.
Oh, great.
And he said, yeah, this is a good job. I'm not coming on this Antarctic one.
Yeah.
How wide is the ledge you're sleeping on?
It's about 3 foot, 2.5, 3 foot.
No, a lot of the times these guys don't even have a ledge. They have, what is it called?
Portaledge.
A portaledge. They nail this thing into the side of these ledges and sleep in these hammocks that are just hanging.
Yeah, that's what
off the side. and the drop is, you know, 1,000, 2,000 feet. I don't know.
Why don't you have a helicopter just drop you on the top? What's the matter with you?
We're about 3,000 miles from the, you know, it's but it'll be an amazing experience, I think, to be this place that literally is so vast. I think, you know, it's hard for us to get an idea of just how remote some of these places are. And we film, you know, Man vs. Wild all over the world, and people sometimes say, you know, where can you go? You've been to all these places. But I find the more places I go, the more I think, flipping Nora, you know, we're not even scratching the surface of this, and, you know, I need 10 lifetimes to get near it. And it's, you know, you go to Hell's Canyon. You guys probably haven't. Have you heard of Hell's Canyon?
No.
Do you know what I mean? It's one of the great wildernesses in America, and nobody's heard of it. And that's what's amazing about your country. You know, you can just keep going to these places, and there's no roads. There's vast mountains. There's just unbelievably beautiful scenery and dramatic landscapes, but people don't know about it.
See, there's plenty of room. Drill.
Yeah. And wants drilling to
drill everywhere.
Everywhere, sure. In the new season, you're going to be wrestling a boa constrictor?
I had a bit of an incident with a big boa constrictor in the jungles of Belize, and it's where we used to do a lot of the training with the British Army for the jungle training, and it, you know, it is the most dangerous jungle in the world, you know, period.
Yeah. Why?
Just it's got the highest concentration, all the, you know, all the nasties, you know, all the snakes and you name it.
Everything has poison.
Yeah, it really does. And that's what happens.
Poisonous
in the jungles,
ladybugs.
you know. That's why animals survive in the jungle, is that they become so venomous that they get, you know, that they're protected from their prey. But yeah, so I came across this big boa constrictor, and
how big?
Yeah, it's 10 foot, it's as thick as your leg. You know, it's a big aggressive thing snapping away at me, and it went for me, and I backed off, and then tripped over a root. I was moving backwards, and went, wah! But anyway, I had it for breakfast in the end, and that was all you know, good. But jungles are always tough, you know. They're the shows I've kind of learnt over the years to dread, just because it's, you know, it's torrential rain all day, it's just mosquitoes, there's all the nasty snakes. You know, I came across in this deep cave these whip scorpions that are the undoubtedly the most nasty-looking animals I'd ever seen. They're about a foot across, a combination of a scorpion and a massive spider. And they live in the dark, deep underground, in these small caves I was crawling through, and I came across this one. And you think, you know, if Hollywood had tried to design the most nasty monster on Earth, you get somewhere closer. You think, I never even knew these things existed.
How do they respond to like a little scratch or a friendly little pet?
They move. They're so hard to catch. You just go near it and they're just gone in a blink of an eye. But I threw a rock and got it.
Oh, look at it.
And, yeah, there you go.
Anyway,
that was lunch.
Oh,
you ate that.
Yeah, no, it was, there's a lot of good energy in that. Let's have a look at it.
Oh, man, that is nasty.
Yeah, it certainly is.
Me and Jim got to feel like the biggest wusses. We're complaining about, we were afraid of those silverfish in our apartment.
Yeah. Silverfish in the apartment.
We never complain about flights. Do you know that I don't like the first class on Continental as much as
I'm like, it's not that bad. And
our cockroach and black mold and mice stories don't really hold up to
ate that
to these.
Yeah, but I get home and I kind of love making cookies with the kids. You know, I don't tell them about any of all this stuff. I just come over to America for twice a year and go on these radio things and try and remember what happened. You know, some of these things. But I genuinely, if I tell my family about this, you know, it's fatal.
If a snake like that size is like choking you out or grabbing you, if you have a knife and you stick the knife in, is there a way to kind of like cut the muscle on the snake and get him to like loosen the grip?
You know, I've often thought that if they get around you, these big boas, you're really going to battle to get it off you. You've got to work from the head and unpeel it. But I used to think, oh, maybe you could bite through it or cut through it. But the thing is, they move so fast. As soon as you did that, it sort of slithers around and suddenly you've got another length of it in front of you. And you know, but they crush. As soon as you breathe out, they apply more pressure. And you breathe out again, so you never get a chance to breathe in. And that's how they, you know, get that prey.
Here.
But you do, you know, I have learned on this. You know, you just got to be so careful with these big nasty animals and not mess with them too much. And you know, you get it right every time. And you know, we have a small crew of us, 3 or 4 of us filming this, and same guys who've done almost all of the shows with me. And you know, we do go to difficult places, and I've just learnt that we've really got to look out for each other. And you know, they're brilliant guys and the real unsung heroes in this for me.
Sure. And you also eat bear poop. Why?
Well, this is in the Transylvanian mountains, it's got the highest concentration of bears in Europe, and I had a bit of an encounter with a massive brown bear. Which I was in this forest and came around, and it was just kind of there, and I was in a red jacket and everything.
That's good in the forest to blend in.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it looked to me, and it, you know, had a good escape. Really, wasn't trapped, didn't have young. It, you know, wasn't mating, and you know, it went off and it was fine. But there was a massive steaming pile of bear poo at the end. You know, that it done. But they have very fast digestion. You can see the bits of berry and apple in it, so it's fine to, you know, wash it off and just eat those. And
not really,
you know,
fine.
Again, a low point in my
fine,
sort of low point in my cuisinary life.
Yeah, but
that might be Jim's next level.
I know, right? I get a hooker to put a bear hat on.
Hello.
Could you just growl at me while I land at this glass coffee table?
But everyone always talks about all the kind of bad stuff I eat and the bad animals. You know, there's a lot of amazing stuff. And for me, the privilege of the show is being in these places just with a small group of people and doing what I love. And, you know, I get much more nervous coming to these sort of things or the big cities, you know, but I do come alive in these places, and it's one of the few places I feel comfortable and thrive.
You should,
it's a great privilege, really.
Speaking of that, you should do like an urban version.
It would be really good.
Of Man vs. Wild.
It is on the plan.
Yeah. I could send you uptown for a little while.
I'd love to do a proper urban one there, you know, showing all the, you know, if you get mugged or if you get stuck in subways or burning buildings or, you know, it's definitely kind of in the
dumpster
plan.
diving. You can find food in there.
You can visit.
Yeah.
Well, you're right, you know, how to catch rats.
You can live with the mole people. There's a lot of people that live underground in the city. A lot. You go, like, explore that for a while.
Tunnels underneath the city. Yeah.
So, yeah, it'd be
creepy.
amazing.
Unbelievable.
Anyway, next season.
Yeah.
When does the next season start?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I think it's
it says January. That doesn't seem right, is it?
Well, I think it is.
Yeah.
I think it's beginning. Yeah, January.
We're almost
I think they've
there.
saved all the kind of. They're definitely the best shows we've done. These ones, and I think they've wanted to bunch them all together and then put them out all at once. In January.
Are you running out of things to do with the show?
No, I think not. I mean, it's we've done genuinely after 40 shows, we've done the coolest stuff I've ever done on Man vs. Wild for this.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not saying that for press. You know, I really. I know it, and it's a good feeling, and I think I will leave the show before it starts getting the same. When we start going over endless old ground, I will leave it.
Yeah.
But at the moment, we're still doing cool stuff, and I'm really proud of them.
How many shots do you have to get? Like, you must...
Yeah, I'm a bit of a pincushion. I occasionally get Discovery Go Bear. We've been looking at some of these footage and the behind the scenes. That you just need to get some jabs. But a lot of the point of the advice is that it works.
Yeah.
That's the point. So I don't need a lot of shots. Sometimes it goes wrong. I was in filming on the Iraqi border for one of the shows, and I got quite bad heat stroke and almost sort of had to be evacuated from it. But on the whole, it sort of generally works out.
What about bees?
Yeah, bees are bad. Bees.
What about bees?
I don't know. I don't like bees. They bother me.
Yes, they hurt.
Well, did you see that show? I got stung by all those bees.
No.
I literally my face. Did you not see that? Look at
I
it.
didn't see that one.
Look up.
Yeah.
Type up.
Yeah, pop
bee
that up
sting
there.
or whatever. It's like
That's sick.
my face is literally like an elephant. And I was trying to get some honey. I was in Mexico. I was trying to get some honey out of this thing, and I'd smoked them and I'd wrapped myself up, but I'd left a little gap here, and these bees just went. And it was fine, but about an hour later, literally, I can't see. I'm in the middle of the desert. I'm trying to kill this big pit viper as well, and Simon, the cameraman, is directing me to where the snake is, and it's sort of coming at me. And anyway, I kill the snake, eat it, pee inside the snake skin, and then have that around my neck and drink the pee out of it the next day in the salt pans. But literally, my face is still like a balloon out there.
Look at his face.
So wait, did they?
We'll put that up on our website too.
Oh wow! Did you get nailed?
Is there footage of you getting stung?
Yeah, it's all there.
I want to see that footage. So you
look like Keanu Reeves.
Without eyes. That's not a compliment to Keanu.
A Chinese Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, right. Wow, there's not even a hint of an eyeball there. That's amazing.
So wait, you were reaching into a tree for honey?
Yeah, I was in a sort of little cave, but they're nasty African bees and aggressive ones.
Every time you come in, I try to think of the craziest thing you've done that I've seen, because I watched the show. The camel thing, I think you still haven't topped. Living inside the camel carcass.
Oh, doing the old Luke
that
Skywalker.
was just,
Me and Jim did that for 3 years. Get it?
Can't you just bring a Cliff Bar with you instead of trying to get some honey,
Right. They're nutritious. But, you went to Turkey for the new season?
Yeah, we did.
I was in Istanbul once.
Istanbul's beautiful.
Amazing. But I'm sure you weren't just walking around the streets like I was, looking at dumb rugs.
Well, we had a
Would you see Pacino there?
Yeah. They try to. If you go to Turkey, all they try to do is sell you a dumb rug.
Really? Well, the beach is right there, Istanbul, right by the airport there. Isn't there a bunch of hot chicks? I've been to the airport there.
Oh, that would have been nice. We didn't see no beaches with hot chicks.
Yeah, it's right.
We went into the Blue Mosque and we saw a piece of Muhammad's beard, and they try to sell us a rug.
Know what you got to do? You got to strap hashish to yourself and then try to get on the plane.
There you go.
That's good.
What do you do in Turkey, though? What's there to do in Turkey that's adventurous?
There's some seriously remote parts of that country. Borders: Syria, Iran, Iraq.
Mm-hmm.
And up in the high mountains there, it's it's wild. I was doing big waterfall descents and building rafts, and then I ended up in these amazing canyons with these Christian caves. It's where the Christians used to hide from the Romans, and literally 1,000-foot canyon walls, and halfway up you suddenly see little windows, and they would have tunneled up through the rock and lived, hundreds and hundreds of them lived in these communities. And these caves completely unexplored. There's some right down 20 miles away where people might have visited, but 50 miles down this canyon people have just never been there. And it was amazing. I was climbing up all through these things and then doing big free climbs up the edge of the canyon wall out of the windows of these caves, and it was amazing. I love that place.
Yeah.
And I was amazed at just how remote parts of it are.
You find any cool old relics and stuff like that? You ever grab a few of those and take them home?
Yeah, I found an old pirate pipe when I was in Belize, which they reckon is about 300 years old, and it was a pipe from one of the pirates there. And
that's pretty cool.
And that was cool. It was deep in a cave. I thought there's got to be treasure here.
Yeah.
But sadly, it was just a whip scorpion down there. That was it.
There was no from those caves. There was no spoons or just anything that they used.
It was,
a hat, perhaps.
Huge, great big rock wheels across these entrances. And what they do is just wheel these across to one entrance, and then wells and little tunnels and little shelves and little areas where they'd cook. and then funnels where they'd have the water running down trenches to all the bedrooms. Unbelievable, untouched for thousands of years.
Wow.
You know, and then I was into all the desert. That's when I got heat stroke and had a bit of a battle then, but you know, all worked out.
That's wild.
That's a little too much.
Hence Man versus Wild.
I don't know. I like, what do I like? Watching TV.
Yeah, I know.
I like Call of Duty 5 is coming out, so I'll play a little of that. It keeps me safe.
Yeah. What about, are you scared? What were you looking
I'm looking at the footage of him going after, like, you're looking into a cave.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
That's a big, how big was that beehive?
Oh, gosh, you know, it's like, you know, so big.
Like, a foot and a half, 2 feet across. That was really large.
Yeah, that's,
and he's, like, looking in.
That's not smart.
I'm doing a great job of narrating, by the way.
One bee that really got me.
One bee just
one that really hammered me right on the vein in the eye, you know. And that's why it kind of went bad. But hey, you know, that's all the bad side of Man vs. Wild. There's lots of good.
That's why the show is worth watching, man. You never know what's going to happen to you. So, all right, we got to take a break. Want to thank Bear for stopping in. So it's Man vs. Wild, Wednesdays at 10 p.m. on the Discovery Channel. They're showing new episodes in January, but a lot of people probably haven't seen all the older ones.
Yeah, they're all out Wednesday nights.
They keep rolling them out. All right.
Wow, creepy.
Cool, thanks. Nice to be with you guys again.
Absolutely.
Yeah, tuck your shirt and that'll impress the bees.
Exactly. They'll see your helmet and sting that.
Yeah, he's like, this guy's not a slob, so maybe he won't sting him.
He's well kempt.
So if you smoke them normally, bees will just kind of go to sleep?
Yeah.
What are you doing? You're going into a bee's hive.
Yeah, I think, hey, listen, we learn our lessons, you know.
Yeah. Apparently. I want to see him get stung so bad.
I can't wait.
It's just one bee as well. That's the thing. It's not all of the crocodiles and snakes I've had. It's one ruddy bee that gets me at the end.
There you are.
Made you look
out
silly.
The hive.
You certainly did. All right, a big fire there. You get a little smoke, and you fan it into the hive.
And what do they
That's
do?
supposed to chill the bees out.
There's a lot of flames going, and that probably pisses
they probably didn't like the fire part of the smoke.
No.
Yeah, because you see the beekeepers, they got those little things, those little cans, and they blow the smoke on the...
yeah, just
the
nice,
little,
like...
Yeah,
but if you haven't got a can, you know... I mean,
then you got to kind of make it. And,
anyway, I did get the honey, and the honey was great.
And you got something over your mouth like Jesse James robbing a train.
Yeah.
I think that was my underpants, you know.
And one bee gets them. You got the honey, though?
Yeah, and he said it tasted good. We got to take a break. So, Bear, thank you so much. Man vs. Wild, Wednesdays on the Discovery Channel. New episodes January, February. All right?
Thank you.
All right, we'll continue with Jim Florentine in just a bit. Opie and Anthony. It's Opie and Anthony. Norton's got a book signing. You got a lot going on, actually, Jimmy.
I got 2 signings this week. Tomorrow, Wednesday. I haven't been to Staten Island in probably 10 years. I'm doing Barnes & Noble on Richmond Avenue at 7 p.m. in Staten Island. The K-Rock girls will be there. And then Thursday, I continue my whirlwind nice location tour to Borders in Providence, Rhode Island on Providence Place. That's a 6 p.m. signing. And then I'm heading up to Boston to do the Wilbur.
10 years. Wait till you see that Verrazano toll. It's going to drive you crazy.
Well, I won't be going into
that. It's got to be $2, $3.
No, it's probably like 11 now.
Yeah.
It is. You used to have a joke about the Verrazano. What was that one you had?
Oh, boy.
Like it was $7 or $8 for... You don't remember it?
I don't remember. It was $7
Well,
for...
I'm sure Jim does.
I don't know. I don't remember it, actually.
I'm sure it was something about AIDS.
No, it was probably something really, like, just very not well thought out. $7. Do I get
a hooker or something?
Yeah,
yes.
Just something like A plus B equals C. Yeah. You know, it's probably some basic crappy joke.
Some basic formula joke.
Drive across the bridge while you eat obese primate.
Oof. Remember that one, Jimmy?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? He's always been disgusting since the beginning, because I started with him, and I remember the first gig I got him, I was running this open mic, and he did some joke about having sex with his grandmother in church.
Yeah.
And like with his mother watching or pushing on, I don't know, whatever it was awful. And I remember this booker saw us there, and he was booking these little rooms.
Casey?
Yeah, and he goes, that little kid's a Nazi. He goes, that kid, don't ever put him on stage anymore. I go, nah, he's a nice guy. He goes, a nice guy, look what he's talking about. A week later, the guy calls up, he goes, look, I need an MC, bring an MC with you. I bring him. He shows up, it's the same booker. He goes, come here. He brings me in the back room, he goes, that kid's not going on my stage. That kid's a Nazi. And I'm like, no, he's fine. He's not dirty. He's like, what do you mean he's not dirty? I heard his act. And I told Jim, I go, Jim, you got to cut that joke out. He's like, all right, fine. And you did, and you got $25 for the gig.
Yeah, I saw a photocopy that was Coast to Coast Entertainment. Guys, I think it was Casey Martin who was the booker, and he gave me some early work.
You
and,
gave up your principals for $25.
You bet I did. I soft-shoed.
But Jim used to follow, I started about 6 months before Jim. He used to come to my gigs at this one place and sit right in the front table with, some other guy.
Tyler, my buddy.
Tyler, this black dude, and just stare at me while I was on stage. And it was early 90s, late 80s, and I wore the tight pants, I had long hair, and he would just stare at my crotch, and he'd just make me uncomfortable. And I tell the owner of the club, I go, get that guy out of the front. He always comes to my shows. He's gay. He just stares at my bulge.
I couldn't help it. No, you couldn't not see it if you were in the first 8 rows.
You guys become friends after that.
I thought he was such an ass, too. I'm like, this guy Pat Gaynor's like, I'm going to introduce you to Jammin' Jim. And he had his snakeskin boots on. I'm like, ugh. Who is this guy?
He had quite the look back then.
I didn't want to meet him either, believe me.
Yeah.
He's like, no, he wants to be a comic. I'm like, are you sure that guy doesn't want to be with me? He's like, no, I think he's straight.
Yeah. When did he get rid of the Jammin' Jim?
Yeah, about 3-4 years. And I used to DJ on the radio, so I just used that name. I was
That's
like a rock
good name.
DJ.
Sure, why not?
And I had headshots, so I'm like, I'm not going to pay for new headshots.
Yeah. Jim Florentine in studio playing comics this weekend here in New York City. COMIXNY.com.
Friday and Saturday, and then him and Don and Eddie Trunk have a metal show this Saturday at 11. It's every Saturday at VH1.
VH1 Classic.
Great, man. Yeah, it's good. Eddie's been really good.
How many episodes did they give you?
We got 8 the first season, and we already got picked up for a second season as an air yet.
Nice, very good.
What people do you have coming on?
Ace Frehley, Rush, Brian Johnson, Angus Young, AC/DC.
Jesus.
Twisted Sister, Yngwie Malmsteen, Lita Ford.
Yngwie.
You get to hang with all those people?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, man.
I think of you every time when someone's in there, him creeping around. I got to get a picture.
Yeah. Oh, believe me, I would be a problem. How was Ace?
Ace is great. Because Eddie's good friends with Ace, so Ace doesn't even remember any of the stories. So he's just said, tell that one. I don't remember it. He's like, I did that?
Really? You get a lot of that?
He gets along with Gene, actually, though. I thought they hated each other.
No, did you just say Gene Simmons?
Yeah.
You didn't bring up Gene, did you?
Why?
What jackass.
Oh, my God.
That bastard.
Oh, boy.
Ugh.
Who's mad at him?
Oh, Gene Simmons is a douchebag. He's just a tool. He's a self-promoting ass who thinks he could get whatever he wants in this world. But you can't, Gene, can you? You couldn't, could you?
No, he didn't really care until it hit him personally is what he's getting at.
One time he went over to WB11 and tried picking up on my chick.
Yeah.
WB11, were you dating her in 97?
Or wherever it was.
CW11.
I should remember the C part of that.
Yeah.
Why don't you just say WPIX?
Yeah.
Well, they brought that back.
He's banging Phil Rizzuto.
Picks. Officer Joe Bolton. Going way back.
Yeah.
Captain McCarthy was his name. Yeah, it was.
So he tried to pick up your check?
Yeah. And at the time, she had told him, look, no, stop. Because he was like pushing himself on her in the office, like everybody was watching, and it made her boss later on go up to her and go, what was going on with him? Like, what's his problem? And she tells me what Gene is pulling, and but before she told me, Gene came right from there to here. So I do an interview with him. We're doing the interview, and he starts like talking about how maybe tonight I'll have sex with your girlfriend. Something, and I start laughing. I'm like, what?
Right.
Like he's just throwing it in as a jab to me, knowing what he knows, me not knowing what happened.
Okay.
And it was kind of serious at the time because he was being a real douche about the whole thing, and making me look like a sap, like a douche. So Gene Simmons can kiss my ass. He's coming on our show promoting his garbage, his Kiss garbage, and and meanwhile he's personally disrespecting me.
Yep.
And the girl that I was going out with at the time that I don't care now if he tags with the whole band, but whatever.
But at the time it meant something.
At the time it was like it really pissed me off, stupid Gene. And then I brought up his dumb porno movie that he put out because he's trying so hard for attention that he's got to put out a porno. One of these. The tape got out. Oh, did it? And there he is doing the slow-mo hump. What a lousy lay.
It was bad. I didn't see it. Yeah.
Oh, horrid. Just this slow lumbering. Mix it up a little, Gene. Mix it up. God damn. He's just the one position, just same speed. The girl looked thrilled to have him on top of her. Ugh.
Yeah, especially if you give taping it, you're going to want to put on a performance.
Do something. Yeah. Grab an ankle. Something.
You didn't say it's black and white?
No.
It's not a good movie.
No, it's awful.
You got it, Dan?
It's
not that
horrible.
impressive.
And you would think if Gene Simmons was going to make a movie, he'd like tie it into the Kiss thing and, show that he could still, when he was on stage and that tongue would come out, like show a little action like that.
Wear a Kiss condom.
This, something. This lumbering, slow motion. Bruh, bruh, bruh. Look at him. Look at him. Yeah, here I am. I'm going to get this girl. Yeah. That's what I'm doing. This is all you're going to get from Gene.
This is all she gets.
And this will cost you. Right now he's thinking of copyright infringements that are going on all over the globe. The Kiss logo.
She tried.
How could I screw over other bandmates for money?
Yeah, something went on because she went to grab his hair and quickly
moved her hand.
Like
of course, because it would have come off on her hand. Look, that head of hair. Stop it.
Look at this lucky girl. What she gets.
She is sexy, though.
That's what she's getting. Oh God! What are they on, a bathroom rug?
No, it's a bed.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's
looks like a crappy bed too, Gene.
It's like an Afghan or something on top of the bed. Anyway. Before we...
She's got her shoes on. He's got his shoes on. What is this?
Doesn't even take his pants
all the way off. Is
he
he wearing socks?
I don't know.
His pants are still by his ankles.
Yeah.
You gotta like
That's
that, though.
Good. I want to see him shimmy. Go, I have to drop a turd. And just shimmy away with his pants by his ankles like an old codger. Now she's appears to be on top. Look at him. There's
He's
no
chewing
effort.
gum. He's chewing gum in the middle of it.
No effort
Just
is he
chop away
putting
on the
forth.
gum.
For all of his sexual prowess he loves to talk about, he is just awful. God, no payoff whatsoever.
She's sexy, though, man. Look
How
at
could
her
I capitalize on a Kiss lunchbox?
That is pretty bad. I mean, he's not even grabbing her at all when she's on top.
Nothing.
He's just...
Oh, God, Gene.
Just there. Hey, because we promised it, we got to get this on. New method of ingesting alcohol. Have you guys figured this one out yet?
No.
Now, we heard about the enema. People were doing that for a while, and it hits your system a lot faster, and it's very dangerous. Well, the kids have figured out another way to get the alcohol into them faster. Listen to this.
Everyone's probably laughing because I've got a box of tampons. But some women are soaking tampons in vodka, inserting them into their vaginas, and men into their rectums for a quick high on alcohol. So they're basically dipping it in, and then when they insert this into those areas, it goes straight into their bloodstreams.
It's just like injecting it. Yeah, there's no... Stop. Maybe 2 girls tried this.
Who's doing this?
Who's
And
doing
what
this?
guy is doing this?
Yeah,
Although
who's-
gay guys are into a lot of weird stuff.
Who's doing this for real? This is a little titillation for their final
There would be
news program.
There's no reason for that. What are you doing with a tampon? Just dipped in booze.
Vaginally, that is just going to destroy the vagina. I mean, the bacterial.
Well, there's a doctor. She knows.
Well, let me tell you something. You ever have a toothache? And before I had dental coverage, what you would do is take some Jack Daniels in a shot glass and you swish it around by that awful tooth, and the pain would just go away, and you would gulp it down. But even before you swallowed it and realized you were drunk, the pain would go away. But your cheek, like it would eat away at any membrane on your cheek. So if you ran your tongue on your cheek where that side was, where the Jack Daniels was being held, it would be all rough and kind of rugged. So I could see that it just would eat away at the membrane inside the vaginal wall there and just really, like she said, destroy it.
From one tamp?
Well, maybe not one, but...
Vaginally, that is just going to destroy the vagina. I mean, the bacterial environment is a nice balance for women. It's a perfect equilibrium. When you do something like
Some
that,
more
you
perfect than others.
completely destroy it. You're going to set yourself up for yeast infections, bacterial infections, not to mention the vagina material is going to crack and break because you're going to get burns and things like that. So it's just going to completely destroy the vagina. It's
I'm just
terrible.
trying to find out what could possibly be fun about this.
Well,
wow.
Oh, yeah, a girl drunk.
Yeah, drunk girl doing that is hysterical. Jimmy. Jimmy's prepping to get hammered later. He's cleaning out.
Tampon just came out.
Yeah. That's a hell of a
Yeah, I know.
A hell of a way to get drunk. I thought you were going to tell me something maybe I could use, experiment with, or have a little fun with.
Well,
I'm not doing that, Opie.
Well.
And you know the other thing about this is, unlike, let's say you've had 2 beers, you know you've had 2 beers. With this, you don't know. You could do this, stand up, fall, crack your head, and die. You have no control.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, really?
By the way, I think we should cover this story again in 10 minutes.
Of course.
Yes, of course. I want to talk about the cop, how he has to give the breathalyzer. Yeah, we definitely have to talk about this in a few minutes.
Yeah, maybe.
I think we all have a Bloody Mary joke in us.
Yeah, I did.
That's hilarious.
Who are you kidding? Who doesn't like one of those on a Sunday morning?
Oh, isn't it great with brunch?
Oh,
they're
boy,
fantastic.
Terrific.
You know, I thought this was bizarre. This next story is even more bizarre. I had never heard of it until recently. Beer bongs. Kids are doing this into their anuses. Literally. Taking a beer bong. And Jim, you've got an example there.
It kind of reminds you of the old college days. But this, instead of going in the mouth, you're sticking it somewhere else. Does it look fun?
Does it look fun? Certainly does.
Why would you ask that, sir? Does it look fun?
Like, I don't understand what you're doing with the beer bong.
Yeah.
You're just pouring?
I guess.
Oh, I'll figure that out. I need pictures.
I guess.
I need pictures.
And then finally.
I can't. I don't get it.
Well, there's something, like you said, if you drink into your stomach, there's first pass metabolism through your liver. Well, there are some blood vessels in the rectum that miss that first pass, so you do feel the effects quicker. We're trying to teach our kids creativity, but not this guy.
Well, you just did.
That's what I hate about these
just caught him.
asses.
Hey, you get drunk quicker.
They just turned a lot of teenagers onto a new method.
Bypasses the liver.
They make believe they're like getting the knowledge out there, to watch out for this, but more people will now do it because of their dumb report.
I love to do it to have someone do it that way, and then some new guy walks in like, "Oh, do a beer bong out of your mouth."
Yeah. This beer tastes like crap.
Jim, you were a big drinker back in the day. Do you do anything creepy like that?
No, never anything. It was always just out of a bottle. Never anything fancy. It was using Meisterbrow.
There was no
grain alcohol.
No orifice involved.
No, I never did. None.
I used to snort vodka as a goof.
No.
What are they? Yeah, they called it what? A Chili Willy or something like that. Yeah. Yeah, like you turn over the shot glass and that little thing.
Yeah, the little indent.
Yeah, you're not doing much, but
I would just drink it like a normal human.
As a
being.
goof, we would snort vodka shots. Yeah, not the whole shot. That would be insane.
You drink, Jim?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
If I want to get a quick buzz, I'll do like a couple shots of Jaeger and a beer.
That's my.
I get it within like 20 minutes. I get a nice buzz.
Yeah.
I don't need to put it in.
No.
Put it somewhere.
You know what the problem I have is, especially with drinking beers. I will just drink beer all day. Like if I'm drinking 2, I'm drinking 12-pack. Just hanging out. Why not? Like I can't just stop at 2.
The word you're looking for is alcoholic.
Oh, is it?
1's too many and 100's not enough.
They kind of defined it, Ann.
Yeah.
No, it's
sorry to say.
No, I'm saying if I had to stop, I'd stop.
You can't.
But I just don't like. I choose not to. It's just
you start drinking during the day.
I'll just sit there and drink. What am I going to drink at night? I got to go to sleep at 7.
That's true.
You know. So afternoon.
Starts drinking during the View.
On the drive home.
All right. Unfortunately, we got to head out. So Florentine's at Comics Friday and Saturday. Go see him. Great comic. COMIXNY.com.
Yeah, everybody knows Florentine's hilarious.
Yeah.
And of course, the show with Don and Eddie Trunk is Saturday nights on VH1, a metal show, which I didn't realize you had so many really cool people on there.
Yeah, we got some good guests. And Joe Howard's actually on the show at Comics. He's a Cleveland comic.
Okay.
He's coming in. He's a really funny guy. He's a big fan of the show.
Okay.
So he's coming and opening for me. So
very nice. All right, we're going to continue in just a bit. Opie and Anthony. Yeah! Opie and Anthony.
Hi.
Jim Florentine. Don Jameson. We were talking about tampons with vodka, pussies and assholes. See the difference? See what we do now?
Have a straight conversation.
Now we can talk about the Bloody Marys and...
Yeah, I feel like I was hanging out with my family at the Thanksgiving table and I couldn't talk about it.
And
now we're in the basement with the guys.
Yeah, it's just like loosening our belt buckles and talking like men. Right?
Yeah.
Look at
that. Yeah, I know. This is great. Now we're in the studio with like 10 TVs, so we're constantly distracted. We do this all day. It's like we're talking about something and they go, look at that.
I know I say this almost, well, not weekly, but you sure there wasn't a TV that used to be right there?
I keep thinking people are pilfering.
Are they starting to take shit? Because if I would.
Yeah.
This business is so like on shaky ground, I would just start taking shit. That's what I did.
Yeah, leaving with stuff.
When I knew they were changing formats in Buffalo when I worked up there, I'm like, oh, man, this is a great opportunity. I went right to the prize closet, and I was
took all the CDs and stuff.
Box sets, everything. Concert tickets, Buffalo Bills tickets. I destroyed the place, and no one cared. That was the beauty of it. They didn't come after me. They're like, yeah, well, we got you in the end because you're fired. I'm like, all right, but I leave with some nice... consolation prizes.
Some swag.
Some swag, right.
Were they switching formats or are they just getting rid of you?
Yeah. They switched. And then I think Opie made it through.
I'm sorry.
I thought you made it through that one.
Well, they fired all of us, and then they sat a few of us down and said, well, you're not really fired. I'm like, well,
And
thanks.
they say, good, I stole all the shit, and I'm not even fired, you idiot.
I forgot about that. You're right. But then they went younger rock, so like I had the Yes box set. We're not playing Yes anymore, Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
But they should have maybe sat me down ahead of time and then gave me the wink in the conference room when they were firing everyone. Like, everyone's fired, but you know who, wink, wink.
Right.
Where's our scummiest intern? Do we have one today?
I don't know. I want this weird thing every day. I'm really difficult. A fucking pen, and there's never one here. All I want is something with ink in it.
Really?
It's fucking irritating.
You want cakey, not flaky? Is that what you're getting at?
No, I don't want cakey, not flaky.
They're talking about Starbucks all over the place because their profits are down 97%.
I want gamey.
You want gamey?
Yes. I need a little fucking douchebag to go out and get my goddamn Call of Duty 5.
Oh, nice.
Hey, Travis, where's the intern?
What
the fuck's he doing?
We only have one today.
I know, but I
just
want a
one.
pen on the table.
I can't send him out for a game if we only got one. Fuck it.
Yes, you can.
Oh. Why don't you do it, Travis? You don't do anything.
I'll go do it. I'll buy myself one.
All right, go.
Look at him.
That's right.
I don't care.
Get Anthony's Call of Duty game.
Pick me up some Melba toast.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Melba toast?
I love Melba
What are you,
toast.
85?
Melba toast. That's something like your mom had, and
what is it?
Yeah, you ate it only when you were starving.
You
and there
put
was
jam
nothing
on
left.
that?
Huh?
You can go home and watch Murder, She Wrote.
Yeah, you put
with your Melba
marmalade
toast.
on that?
I was only kidding. I don't like Melba toast.
Marmalade.
Have some orange marmalade.
Toast. My mother used to buy the worst fucking shit for just snacking because she was constantly like, trying to keep her weight down until she found Coke, which was great. She didn't have to worry about it. But she would, because she was a cocktail waitress, so she had to be, thin. So she would get Melba toast and fucking like this diet coffee soda. It was everything she knew kids would never fucking eat, and then put it in our room. And then it was like the AIDS diet plan. She had the chocolate AIDS diet plan,
Right, yeah.
which in hindsight is hysterical.
You ever hear those old commercials?
Oh, those are fantastic.
Yeah. From like,
AIDS.
Lose weight with AIDS.
Wait, we got to play one, though.
yeah, I'd like to hear that again.
We got to play one.
With AIDS, the pounds will melt off of you.
Yeah.
I bet they will.
Fucking Brady Bunch theme music is playing behind.
And then what's the chocolate ones?
Yeah, that was AIDS.
That was
yeah.
it, called AIDS.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
But I used to, did I eat the AIDS? Oh, did I love those AIDS?
I'm sure Jim has too.
Yeah. Same chocolatey mouth when he's done too.
We got one of those there. All right, listen to this.
I was overweight and embarrassed to go anyplace. AIDS helped me get back into a size 12.
The AIDS diet plan helped me get back into a size 6.
AIDS helps control your appetite so you lose weight. Yet AIDS lets you taste, chew, and enjoy. And the appetite suppressant in AIDS is not a stimulant.
AIDS helped me lose the weight and has nothing in it that could make me nervous.
Question: why take diet pills when you can enjoy AIDS? AIDS helps you lose weight safely and effectively. Use only as directed.
This couldn't have been worded any better.
I know, yeah.
If they said, enjoy this chocolate that's shot out of a cock all over your face. It couldn't have been worded better.
I like the one, I'm down to a size 12.
Yeah.
Thanks to AIDS.
What kind of an unfuckable monster were you before that? You're down to a 12.
Big sloppy titted retard.
But imagine you own the AIDS, and then the new AIDS comes in and destroys your fucking
Because that was
company.
AYDS.
It's like,
Once the AIDS came out, it pretty much ruined it. Guys, we're going to be rich. AIDS is really taking off. Who wants to buy stock? We're going public next week. What? Rock Hudson, what? Like, whoa, shit.
Yeah. Let's get back to the alcohol tampons.
Just call it fucking pancreatic cancer and try again. Lose weight with pancreatic cancer.
Yes. We got to get back to the alcohol tampons because we didn't do that story justice. We say hi to Mike in Ohio. Mikey.
Oh, yeah,
Hey, guys, love the show.
Mike?
Hi.
What's up, Mike?
That newscast you had on earlier that you all make fun of, that is very informative.
Why?
Well, now if I go out, and catch my son out behind the garage with a funnel up his ass, I might not have thought nothing about that before, but he could be drinking.
Well, wouldn't that be a relief that he's, like, drinking? If you see your son with a bottle up his ass?
A funnel.
Oh, a funnel, you said.
that's different.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's okay. There's some things I guess you could have up your ass and your dad's not going to be concerned.
Well, you don't want your kids drinking. That's bad.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Yeah. Dave the trucker. Dave, what are you hauling today?
Lumber.
Lumber?
Yeah,
That's boring. In the year 2008, I don't think we need to be moving our lumber around.
Exactly.
Well, hey, it gives me a job, so.
All right.
But no, the tampon, the girls been using that for years. Wisconsin and Minnesota, the high school girls been doing that.
All right.
That story really climaxed nicely.
Yeah. I'm so glad we attempted the bit pyramid that Eric Logan taught us. Remember?
All I want to do is hear about a
What?
tractor trailer spewing lumber all over the road and the driver being killed. That would do me.
Did you see footage? Somebody sent me a link to that truck going around a turn somewhere and it fucking flipped over and went off the side of the mountain or whatever.
Oh, no, I didn't see the side of the mountain
You
one.
don't see, well, I think it was. It was, they don't show it going up the side of a mountain. You just see it fucking roll. It's being shot from a dashboard cam and you see it roll. And then there's all this smoke and stuff, and the truck, whatever vehicle is filming, drives by, and you don't see the truck anymore.
It just disappeared.
Was he okay?
I hope. He couldn't have been.
I hope. Well, now that I think about it,
he couldn't have been okay.
We have to be getting, and I'm the last person to fucking bring this psychobabble shit up that they always do when they talk about what you can see these days and everything. But we have to be getting desensitized.
We are
to the shit that's going on. Because of, like, I've popped shit up on the web. Remember, I would always say I never want to look at, like, the dead shit and the, like, ripped apart stuff. That stuff, anything sexual's fine by me. I'll fucking look at girls shitting in each other's mouths. I don't care. Whatever it is sexual, it's hysterical to me. Gay porn. There was a day, all the guys were in the office just watching gay porn, laughing our asses off at how silly one man looks sticking his dick in another man's asshole. It just looks funny. Right. It's funny. Them kissing, I can't look at.
So awful.
But fucking is hysterical. And like any of that, I'll watch it. Any of the disgusting, like, here's fucking somebody that was in a motorcycle accident at 100 miles an hour, like laid out 100 yards long, their legs and shit. I can't watch that. I've just started to be able to look at stills, though, where I'm like, well, that's kind of fucked up. And then I start thinking, in a month or two, I'm going to be looking at videos of fucking, that
you thought you would never look at.
half dead in the street.
Yeah.
And jerking off to it.
Yeah, and just like pounded my meat to it. Exactly. Like I could look at insurgents and shit like that in Iraq. I can look at that shit. I can't look at our guys, but I can look at their side getting fucked up for some reason. That's fine by me.
Go to Blood Show.
Weird, man.
Bloodshows.com.
Yeah,
a site that I wouldn't
Blood
mention.
Shows.
Bloodshows.com.
That's the bad one.
Fucking awful.
And I watched a reaction shot of a bunch of brothers in a room, and they're watching a Chechnyan beheading, and the brothers were hysterical. They're like, just completely freaking out. But I can't watch the actual beheadings yet. I
just got a video of that from the Taliban cutting one of our guys' heads off. And I still, it was 2 years ago. I'm still fucking freaked out.
Jimmy describes the guy making pig noises because he's squealing. Yeah. I can't.
No.
That shit, no.
It was all, I get the chills from it. They were holding the head up in the camera like that afterwards.
Who said was any of that day saying that after you're beheaded, you always just have that dumb, goofy face on where your eyes are all kind of
like a Halloween mask.
Yeah, it looks like
an Alice Cooper concert.
It just looks all goofy, and I can't watch it. I can't listen to that shit.
But it looks like you're heading that way.
But it gets me like yeah, you know, I kind of got desensitized a little to at least the still pictures of people that have jumped out of windows and they're splattered on the street or something. It's like, all right, it's still. I'll look at that. Oh, fuck, you know. Or that shotgun guy that did the head where it's just split open like a Y.
Yeah.
Like I looked
that
at
politician guy?
Oh, no,
Wire.
I've watched that.
My
That's
favorite
pretty
video of
fucking
all
twisted.
time.
But no, this is some guy that committed suicide and his head blew open like when in T2 when the T-2000 got shot in the head and it split apart.
Right.
But you know his didn't come back together again. It just kind of stayed in that Y shape. We're like so desensitized to violence and just bloodshed and guts and sex too. Yeah,
2 girls in a cup.
Yeah. 2 girls, 1 cup.
That put me over the edge.
At first, I couldn't watch it. I was like gagging and stuff. Now, I'll fucking show it on Thanksgiving. I don't care. It's one of those videos that I find it fantastic now.
Looks like Tasty Delight.
I know it's a Dairy Queen.
That's easy. That's easy.
The worst video on blood shows. I mean, there's a lot of them. There's a couple of people being burned alive, which are terrible.
That's gotta be fun,
dude. There's one Islamic punishment video.
That hurts.
Where there's a well or a pit that's been dug and there's a fire in it. And they're like, you know, Allah Akbar, and they're like throwing gas on these 3 guys that are tied up, and they just fucking.
Do they know what's going to happen?
I think they do. They're blindfolded. But I think they suspect when they hear the crackling flames and they smell gas. But they haven't.
That's really the worst part, don't you think? It's not the burning so much; it's the crackling sound.
This is a fraternity thing, like when they put bananas in the toilet and say you're squeezing feces.
When do they realize it's not an April Fool's prank?
Yeah.
When they feel the foot on them just kicking them into the fucking pit.
And then feel an intense pain.
Hey, those 2 guys died in that truck video.
Oh, did they?
Just so you know.
That
a little update on that. So
I know the worst one on there, the most graphic, it's called Blood Gutted. And it's fucking... It's almost unwatchable, and I can watch anything. It's these.
What is it? 2 people having sensitive sex
yes,
with each
and
other?
He says, "I love you."
Actually loving each other,
and she says, "I love you too."
Yeah,
and then he says,
"No money exchanged."
Yes, and she tinkles in the toilet and wipes it off. Like, what are you doing?
That is disgusting.
Exactly. It's. I think it's also Chechnyan and Russian.
Yeah,
and
they are fucking animals.
They don't play fucking games.
In the school, just hanging explosives up in the gym with the kids and setting it off. What not? Why not?
They're not Arab. So I'm guessing they're Chechen.
They are Muslim.
Now, yes, they are. The Chechens are.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing they're Russian soldiers or whoever they are. They're in a field. Like it looks so like you could scream and no one's going to hear you. It's outdoors in a field, and there might be 4 or 5 soldiers laying bound with their hands tied behind their back, and they all get their throats cut. And they get bled out. It's like they're not beheaded, but the throat gets cut, and then the guy will reach up under the chin and like work the head like a Pez dispenser to bleed him out.
Oh,
holy shit!
God. It's fucking.
What are you watching that for?
Where's Iraq?
No, I don't want to see that.
I do.
Oh, you're crazy.
I want to see it.
I don't want to see that.
I don't want to see that.
I would never want to see it. It stays with you.
Nobody
too
has
long.
to watch it.
Yeah, I can't get through Man vs. Wild.
Those days when you're feeling a little down, it creeps into your head, and then you really feel like shit.
When you feel a little weak.
You're in the middle of banging a chick, ready to bang her, and that fucking thought comes in.
It's like, fuck.
Is everything okay? I'm like, no.
Where did your heart on go?
Can we bring
it bled out?
Why would anybody in the office be listening to the show? You know, why would they?
There's layoffs every other day. Why would?
It's like the field you were talking about.
Why
you can
would we
scream
work
as loud
harder?
as you want, and no one can hear you.
Let's
Steve, yes.
Oh shit.
Let's I want to bring the sexiness back to the show. We got Eric.
That's what I was trying to do.
Eric. Eric.
What's going on, boys?
Hey.
Hey, have you guys checked out that cum omelet video?
I've been waiting to see cum omelet. I've heard about it.
Can we talk about it afterwards? Because I got an omelet coming in about 2 minutes.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. Cumomelet.com, huh?
Egg whites, huh? No yolk? Yeah, that's...
Well, yeah, that's the only way you can make a cum omelet.
Oh, God.
How are you going to get the yellow?
Yeah, how to order the fucking
I know.
omelet?
The guy had a
Yeah,
call.
right.
That's good.
All right, cumomelet.com. That's wonderful.
No.
What?
No, I don't. I want to watch cum omelet. I don't want to watch the beheading one.
Yeah. If you guys need
Steve,
to,
you like
that's
cum
fine, but
omelet?
I'm not.
I don't know if I've seen cum omelet.
I don't mean that. I mean the actual food product.
Oh, okay.
How about we go
Yes.
with cum omelet? What's that about?
Well, that is. Well, I'll describe it.
You've seen cum omelet?
No, I've heard about it, and I've heard it described to me, but I haven't seen it. I want to see this.
Yeah.
Some chick, bukkake is fucking fantastic.
That shit will fry up nice? No way.
Put it in a frying
Get the
pan
fuck
and
outta
cook
here.
it up like an omelet and eats it.
No.
Fucking jizz.
That's got to be a big load, though.
It was a bunch of loads from a bunch of guys.
Oh, a bunch of
She was doing
loads.
a gangbang bukkake thing.
Right.
All over her face. And then they smeared it off her face and into a measuring cup or something, or into a frying pan. And then there it is. Cook it up. Get a good one.
Did they do the switcheroo?
I don't know. I haven't seen it, but that's what I'm always very skeptical of things like that.
You look for the cut.
Like the 2 Girls, 1 Cup. I was very skeptical that was actually shit.
Yeah.
But,
do they throw broccoli in and cheese and tomatoes and stuff?
You got it. You got it. Just fucking regular jizz doesn't taste good.
Yeah.
You got to put a few spices in there.
Yeah.
Pepper.
People
salt.
are trying to figure out who else we got in the studio. Don Jameson. I thought I said that. He's doing the metal show with Jim Florentine, who's in here, and Eddie Trunk, who's not in here, on VH1.
Yeah, VH1 Classic this Saturday night.
Saturday nights at 11 o'clock.
That's very cool. We find cum omelet?
We can't get it up on
Yeah, no newspapers and what the fuck?
Yeah.
Steve? Where's the newspaper?
I think that because there was one intern.
Oh, what's he? What
Yeah, but
is he
it
doing?
doesn't matter. We have one intern. We have 12 guys that work for the show. Someone has to step up and maybe do something they don't want to do. So we're all prepared and
come to work.
Yeah, exactly.
They even cut back on the newspapers?
Is this cum omelet?
Yes.
All right.
Well, it's hosted on sluthead.com, man.
The sluthead.com?
The sluthead.
I tried to get that domain. All right. She's got a face full of jizz. A couple of guys just jacked off in her face. She's already got a pretty full bowl. You could turn it a little more.
When are they going to fix this?
They're never fixing anything around here.
Why would they?
She got a mouthful. She looks like she's under the influence of some kind of drugs.
You think?
Yeah.
Why else would you do this? There's another load.
Because it's Saturday.
What do you feel about these loads on the face, Norton? What do you think about those vids?
Well, I guess it all depends on what position you're in. If you're the load giver, it's fantastic. If you're the kneeling girl with a mortgage payment, not good.
Now they're scraping into a measuring cup the jizz with a spatula.
That's the best part of this video. Some dude, or it has to be another girl, I would assume, right? Working the spatula and scraping the tongue
into a big measuring cup,
Yeah.
big Pyrex
It's like
measuring
Martha
cup, like
Stewart.
Mom used to use. Yeah, Martha Stewart teaching how to make jizz omelet.
Now, when making
Now you're
a
gonna get some of
Christmas,
that brown shit from your tongue in the omelet mix.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no,
Some
come
tongue
on.
scrapings.
All right, that could be a load.
It looks like egg
All
white.
right, wait, that might be the switcheroo.
They could have done the switcheroo right there.
It looked like, why didn't they show it? They should have went,
you know what?
no,
Yeah.
that's too much.
No,
That's way too much. Yeah.
That's
All
fucking
right.
switcheroo.
They did a switcheroo.
I make my own
on
egg
us.
white omelet. Said no way it comes out that big.
Yeah.
and I've had all
No.
that cum on my face, and it just doesn't translate. Boom, boom.
Oh, come on.
Why don't we do this to see if it works?
Yeah, what would it? Because I don't think cum would cook up like an egg
No.
omelet.
Oh, this
it
is
gets all
fake.
fluffy. Oh, all right. Well, the guy is coming on the omelet, which that's a little different.
Well, why would you
He is
need cum on
jerking
the
off.
omelet if already the thing's made out of cum?
I don't know, maybe just more, you know.
This is for the skeptics.
But now
out there.
another cut right there.
Another
so
cut.
who knows?
So now she's eating tasty egg whites, probably.
I like the fact the other girl's feeding her the chef hat,
Yeah.
yeah.
just to make it authentic.
I don't know.
They
She likes
actually
her
have a
eggs runny.
prop budget.
Let's look for the acting skills. She's now. No,
All right.
that's acting. Sorry.
It's,
This is. I'm disappointed. It's
I
not a
know.
cum
I
omelet.
am too. I heard about cum omelet.
She would
now
be
for a while,
gagging.
and
She wouldn't be like giving.
I
the
don't think
fake-
she's swallowed it yet.
No, come on, it
But she's
sucks.
smiling and chewing. No, I'm sorry.
You guys missed a good one. Blood Gut is a fucking. It's just
Yeah.
a truly good one.
I'm not watching
I'm
that.
not
You don't
watching.
have to.
I'm not watching.
You could have just listened to the audio.
No, I
No.
won't even listen.
I won't I'll leave.
I hate
Really?
that. I can't.
Not to
I
be.
can't, Jimmy.
I'll show him a puss. I can't. I can't go
She's
there.
being fed,
Oh.
but like I said, I think that's just. She's got cum all over her face. What's the fucking big deal if it's cooked?
Exactly.
You know, she's all of a sudden a little shy.
That's not real.
No.
Yeah,
I dub it fake.
I absolutely
hate fake fucking shit on the internet. Oh, especially when I really thought I was going to see a girl eating a load of cum cooked up like an omelet.
Yeah. We got Prince from South Carolina that has a question about this whole thing. Prince, what's going on?
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good.
Hey, man.
All right. Hey, Jimmy, I got a question for you there, bud.
Sure.
You think this girl maybe perhaps likes cum?
That's a good question. I don't know.
No, I don't think she likes cum.
Well, you heard him say it right there.
She loves it!
Let's say hi to John in Tennessee.
John.
Yeah.
Hi,
What's up, man?
John. Hi, John.
What's going on?
What's up, John?
What do you got?
I'm fucking wiping my mouth off with puke from that nasty-ass segment y'all did.
What? The cum fucking omelet?
Yeah, that was disgusting.
Oh, you didn't like that?
No, I guess if I had a vivid imagination or whatnot, because I was fucking puking.
Big measuring cup full of man cum and then pouring it in the frying pan.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, just thick.
Oh, nice and thick.
And some of the tongue scrapings got in there as well.
That was.
You know what the worst part was? All the little darker white and clear spots of the jizz, and some of the yellow where it's been backed up for a while with piss.
I gotta hang up.
Yeah, and then some of it's chunky. If you drank a lot of alcohol, it just gets chunky.
It gets a little chunky jism. Yeah.
Oh,
he hung up.
Oh, well.
What happened?
They could have at least thrown some hash browns and some toast or something with it.
Yeah.
It's all in the presentation.
Yeah, it really is. That wasn't plated very nicely either.
No garnish.
Paper plate, no garnish.
A
Right.
little parsley,
They
little sprig.
A sprig.
Let's say hi to Paul in Virginia. Paul.
Hey there, Paul.
We absolutely need to get some dietitian to advocate this semen diet because it could work out great for us for two reasons.
Mm-hmm.
A, we could start our own businesses, and B, there will be women that want to save money so they could get it directly from the source.
Oh boy, he's trying a little too hard.
I didn't even hear what you do. What'd you say?
Let me.
it's all right.
That's what he said.
Yeah, it's just
Fucking
Did I get a
screeching
car
halt.
crash?
Well,
all right, get out of here.
You're just a tool.
Yes.
Yeah.
There was a pubis story I wanted to talk about. But
Hey, what
it's not-
happened?
it's not in front of me.
I remember that one. You brought it up this morning, and we were going to chat
what do you
about
want?
it.
Where?
There's no one in here.
Everyone's-
Why isn't E-Rock coming?
everyone's
If you got something to do,
disappeared.
why
Well,
doesn't Eric come in?
But he's all
Everyone's busy.
reliable. At least I could count on Danny.
No, I
like
had
Danny's
a-
not here and nothing gets set up. What's that about?
No, it was my fault. I had a little issue with a company that will not
Diarrhea?
stop calling me today and yesterday and last week, so I'm losing my mind trying to get...
Oh, really?
It's fucking...
Hospice?
I really want to lose my mind on it.
What happened?
Comomelet.com?
No.
Yo, somebody?
No, but they think I do. It was just, to make a long story short, it's this gym member. Yeah, I know. This gym membership that I had back in
You're
the day.
still fucking
I'm
around
still
with this
fucking
gym
with these
membership?
people. They won't stop calling me.
What company is it?
It's the New York Sports Club. And it's not even them because they're not really the problem. It's the company that they're working with that do their collections. It's a company called NARS, National Asset Recovery Services. They're based in Missouri. Please take that information and do what you will.
Yeah, of course.
They've made my life like a living hell for the past week and a half. And they did the same thing to me last year, too.
With the same thing?
Same thing.
So you told them, do you get names?
They give you fake names. The first guy,
I didn't pay him, and now they won't leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though. It wasn't even. I wasn't even the billing. The person responsible for the billing,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But because my name is on it, they don't listen to me. These people, they threaten my credit. They go, well, if, we want your routing number, your checking account. And I'm like, no, I'm not giving you that. They'll go like, well,
I
then
just
we'll
gave it to a Nigerian. Shut up.
And they all have Caribbean accents. And they go, well, I hope you like your credit rating because it's going to drop a lot because we'll ruin your credit if you don't pay us. And I was like, try it.
How much do you owe them?
They say I owe them like $180.
$180.
But it's not even me. Like, first of all, the person that was responsible for the billing, like, they took care of this a year ago. Money was paid. Like, there were records I could find. And then they just call you again 2 years later or a year later with the
Did you
same
give them your
job.
Social Security number?
Of course. I mean, I have to.
Then they
No,
can mess up
kidding.
your credit.
I'm
No,
kidding.
when you filled out the application, no.
You know what? I don't know.
Because
I
if
don't
they
know
have
what-
it, they can fuck up your credit. If they don't, they can't do anything to you.
Like, I'm so glad that the other studio in the back is soundproof because, like, I was literally screaming You can probably hear it that I was screaming at the top of my lungs.
There's something new going on too. There's somebody calls our house all the time trying to extend the warranty on a car I don't own anymore, and I keep trying to tell them I don't have this car, and will you stop calling? And
a lot of erroneous calls myself.
And we said like you can't.
Weird.
You know, we want to be on the no call list and all this stuff, and they just openly laugh and then hang up on you, and then they call back the next day.
No call list.
And anyone else getting this? Where they openly laugh like, yeah, try to stop us from calling.
Well, that's exactly what's happening.
And I don't owe them money, nothing. They're just trying to get this warranty extended that I don't have anymore.
Every single call, I start out very nice. Oh, okay. I've tried to explain this to a few of your, representatives before.
Right.
And, midway through, because they interrupt you every 6 seconds.
Right.
Well, Mr. Ross, you says here that you owe us, and by the end of it, I'm like, will you listen to me? Listen to me! And then they just hang up, and it's like, hello? They're not there anymore. This is 10 times. Like I'm not exaggerating, 10 times in the last 5 days.
You want to bring a suit against him for harassment?
I would love to.
Yeah, start taping
I would love to.
But the new thing is they now laugh at you because they know there's nothing we could do.
I had a problem with some firm. I think it was like a sprinkler company or some shit, and I owed them about $250. And they hadn't sent me bill. I always, whenever I get my bills, I fucking pay them. So I finally got a bill and paid the fucking thing. And then I get another bill from them for $250, and I think it's a new bill, so I just fucking fill out a check and send it out.
Yeah.
So I paid him a couple of times, and then I get a collection agency calling me up saying I owe them $250. It's a sprinkler company. And I go, I paid them. And the guy was so condescending on the phone. Yes, Mr. Cumia, we hear that a lot. We paid. The fact of the matter is, their records show, if you could show proof that you paid them, then we'd be happy to. But as of now, you didn't pay them. And I'm like, motherfucker, I think I paid him twice, is what I said. And then I went back and all my bank statements, found the checks, faxed them right over to him, and he called up, and he wouldn't even apologize or anything. He goes, I'll send these right off to the company, because obviously it was an error on their part. Like, he wouldn't even fucking take it. Everybody is an N-word. Everyone's an N-word when you are being called by those people. That's it.
It's always someone who's been in the country like 6 seconds.
Yeah.
Or not even, because a lot of times these places will outsource their call centers. This one lady I got on the phone, I did some research on the company because I want to know who's harassing me. So I find that they have call centers in Jamaica and Panama.
Of course.
So I get a Caribbean accent on the phone, and I'm like, where you call me from, Jamaica? And she goes, why? Because I have a Caribbean accent? I'm like, yes. Yes. Yes.
Damn, it must suck to get Danny on the phone.
Dude, I get it. I mean, I used to work at call centers, not for collections or anything, but I know how difficult it could be. So I get it. And I try to have patience with these people, but they just refuse to listen.
Fuck them.
You know?
Hey, the warranty thing is a popular one. Crotch Critter, what's going on?
Hey, Opie, dude, I feel for you, man. I get those calls all the time. This is your second notice that your car warranty is about to expire.
Oh, I'm up to the final notice, and the final notice phone call has been going on for 6 months. So it's not that final.
Scam.
I don't even own my car. My car's in my wife's name. And as soon as I find out that it's not my name they're calling about, dude, it's nothing but cunts and donkey fuckers and everything.
But they laugh because I say, look, I'm going to report you. I'm going to put you on the no call. And they just laugh and hang up like there's nothing you could do to me.
I'm going to try to hook something up where I can record. Thank you, Iraq. I'm going to record.
You all right?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Ghosts?
You're going to?
No, every call.
No, stop it. You're going to invent something like that? You're a madman for even thinking of the concept. Record a phone call?
You're going to put that little cup thing on the suction cup on your phone?
I was waiting so much. I was waiting for you to come out with that so I could just bash you with it. And then you froze. I'm going to come up with...
No, not come up with.
And then you're like a guy from The Happening, ready to kill yourself.
No, I wasn't. I wasn't coming up with it. I mean, I'm gonna hook it up because I have one that I bought a long time ago, which is supposed to record into your laptop, and it doesn't work. So I have to get a new way to record phone calls.
It's very easy.
Hey, go to Radio Shack, man. $80. They're old cassette ones. You put it in, you hook it right up to your phone, and you just transfer it from cassette to CD. But that's what we do telemarketer CDs we did.
Yeah.
We still do.
Yeah,
it,
old
so.
school.
But are they good with the cordless phone or no?
No, you have a wire
cord.
one.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of phones, I was watching King of Comedy over the weekend for the 25th time probably.
Yeah, love that
and they
one.
tried to trace the call. Why in the old days it took so long to trace a call? Do you know anything about this?
I don't know. I think it was for drama purposes.
And they always would hang up
one number at a time. It's like we almost got it.
They always
almost have it.
They always would run into the room and go, "Oh,
damn it,
we
he
almost
knew."
had it."
Like the number somewhere on a screen somewhere is coming up like a slot machine.
Yeah, there's one. There's another number. We have an area code.
What's the logic in
I'll
that?
tell you exactly why. Because it was sent out, pings were sent out.
Here you start laughing too. Jimmy, you fucking idiot.
Fucking pings.
I had a good idea, too.
But in King of Comedy,
I'd never have believed you.
King of Comedy, it seemed like a 10-minute conversation, and at the end, oh, we almost had him.
You almost had him. Keep him on the phone longer. Oh, we got to keep him on the phone longer.
Yeah,
So,
it
how you
had to
doing?
be at least like a minute or something like that, or 3 minutes.
And there's always
And I
five
know
guys
that-
in suits and headphones
Yeah.
on,
Well, right.
holding
there's
them
always-
close to their ears.
And then the bad guy right at the end would go, by the way, I know you're tracing this call. Click.
Oh, we almost had
Damn it.
And there's always the guy that gives the signal, like, it's him, listen. And so he picks up the phone really slow, like it's not going to make a sound.
He's not going to hear the click, click. I always tried to pick up the extension in my house when, like, my brother was on the phone and eavesdrop in on what he's listening to.
Yeah.
It'd be
Never worked.
click, click. Hang up the fucking phone, you asshole. Like, oh, shit. Fuck, it works in the movies.
Yeah, but the dummy making the call doesn't hear 10 people, picking up their
Point at the guy that
receivers.
hits the big reel-to-reel recorder.
Right.
Yeah. The villain always knows exactly how long to stay on the phone. He should be the guy tracing the
By
call.
the way, don't insult me by trying to record this phone call.
Just a dumb thing I saw during King of Comedy. And the old school shot of Times Square. Holy crap.
That's
Everyone
always
forgot.
entertaining to look at.
Everyone
the old,
forgot
like,
what
Times
that place
Square.
used to look like.
Just
They've
a
seen it in an old
shithole.
movie.
Right at the Paramount building.
The main shot that everyone knows.
The old buses,
of
the old
Times Square.
Coca-Cola sign, the chock full of nuts sign, the Panasonic sign. There was like
the porn theater.
yeah.
Now we got
Theaters.
Applebee's and Chevy's.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, now it's
The Disney
Disney
Fridays.
Store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They like to say that now it's Disneyland.
Aw.
Whatever happened to the good old days? You can go watch a movie, fucking poke your dick through a hole in the
Yeah.
wall, no one knows nothing.
Me and Jim were in a booth one time in Times Square, and we were next to each other, and the window came up. That little window, you can, put your hand through and grab them and finger them or whatever.
Yeah.
So we're right next to each other, and there's a mirror across the way, so you can kind of see the person. So I did my business, and I came right away,
And it
right?
must be made so you could see like the chick's ass too and shit if she's turned around.
Yeah, she puts it right up to the window, and you can
Yeah,
grab it.
yeah.
You throw $5 or whatever. So I finished first. So I'm standing in the booth. I'm like, I'll just stay in here, and I could see Jim through the mirror, and he's like, yeah, back up, and she's like, what? He's like, back up, and I'm looking like that, and all of a sudden, and she backs her ass up to like about an inch away from the opening, and you just see Jim's tongue come out, and go, and stick it right in her ass, and she jumps. She's like, whoa, easy.
Holy shit, Jimmy!
I saw little Jim's egg head come out of that little thing with his tongue and just stick it right
Like
in her
a
ass.
baby bird looking to eat.
I think that was on 54th and Broadway. That's where that was.
You can see the Lion King there now.
Oh, wow, is that funny?
Dude, do you know what fucking fingers and other shit have been in her ass
Whatever.
during the day?
Yeah.
She's
What are you, a communist?
Exactly. What's the matter
Okay.
with you? What am I supposed to not
Sorry.
be a fucking gentleman?
a gentleman. Sorry, I had a moment of clarity there.
Yeah, it's fucking beautiful
Silly
fucking
me.
ass.
Beautiful ass.
Dude, I used to eat asses in that
What are you,
54th.
Lutheran? What's up?
It was a 54th and Broadway, and you used to be able to touch their asses and through the window. And I ate a lot of asses in that place because it was just fucking face height with you.
But why would you like?
Why wouldn't you?
Weren't you,
Question.
weren't you scared of
Bad
anything?
No, no, certainly wasn't.
Yeah, and those boots are brutal because, you don't look down when you get in there because it's just loads all over the floor. You know what I mean? That's
Quite
the
an
key. I remember one time I was in a booth with a girl on the phone, and I was there.
parking under a tree.
Oh shit!
I was probably in there for like 20 minutes. I couldn't get off for some reason. She's on the phone. I'm telling her what to do.
Yeah.
Finally, at least 20 minutes I'm in there. I'm like, all right, I pull my pants up. Get to leave, and my sneakers are like stuck to the floor. So I just said, you know what? Fuck this. I just untied them and walked out of my socks. I left them. I'm like, there's too much many.
The idea of then having to maybe untie and then tie your laces. There isn't some magic fucking cleansing shit from walking that gets that shit off your laces. So when you're tying your laces, it's just guy cum all over your fucking hands. That's why I don't even like walking around in the city and then you untie your shoes. It's like all that city gack is on your fucking laces.
And then you have to put the laces in your mouth to get
you
moist.
suck on them. You
To get them moist, to put it through the hole there, to, so you can retie your shoes.
No, I just suck on my laces when I get home. Lick the fucking treads clean.
It's like sucking on those honeysuckles when you were a kid.
Delicious.
Get a little treat.
What's Jimmy doing? Paying his bills over there?
No, I got it.
What do you got?
I got
death videos.
A fan sent me Faces of Death. Which,
wonderful.
Which a lot of these are fake.
The original,
Some of them are real,
fake.
but a lot of them are fake. But it's on Blu-ray.
The only real ones, and the one that fucking, but it's on Blu-ray. That doesn't matter. It's like fucking. It's like taking a high definition camcorder and taping an episode of fucking My Mother the Car off the TV. You can then say, "Look, it's in high def."
Right, yeah.
I got taped it off a high def camera, but the original, master is shit.
Well, thank you to the guy who sent it.
No, because he's a cunt.
He really is. I mean, what am I supposed to say? Hey, thanks for nothing, you bag of shit. Either send the entire box set or don't waste everyone's time. No, thank you, man.
You know what? You know what I didn't like about Faces of Death that creeped me out.
No,
that
men
was
sucking each other's cocks.
Yes,
that's what I hated.
Yes, that was kind of the first thing you saw that was really grotesque. And the initial desensitizing of seeing dead things and stuff. It was, I think it was, I forgot which airline it was, PSA or one of those, that crashed in California, and they showed body parts on the roofs of houses and shit and in the streets. And that fucked me up because I knew that was real because it was news footage and stuff. And that I couldn't even watch. But the monkey brain thing I knew was fake.
And the fucking electrocution is fake.
Yeah, that's fake. The guy getting eaten by the fucking lion or something, and it's filmed by another car, and then it turns into a 3-camera Desi Arnaz shoot from one car. It's like, get the fuck out of here.
How about the one, I don't think it's in part one, where the guy is, I told you, the guy is trapped between the subway platform and the train, and he's alive.
But as soon as they move the subway car, he's going to die?
Yeah, they don't show them moving it, but he's kind of like propped up on his elbow. He's got to be embarrassed. And there's like a 3-inch
He's just kind of like, hey, how you doing?
Yeah, it kind of looks almost effeminate. Hello.
Right.
And there's paramedics there, and I think they have like an oxygen mask over his face, and they're keeping him there because they're bringing down his wife or somebody to say goodbye, because as soon as they move the subway car...
That's like Signs.
He's but it's real footage, and he's his body's all twisted up like a tourniquet.
They couldn't have possibly just pulled the subway away and let him spin like a top as the fucking thing pulls out.
Well, you wouldn't spin; you just would bleed out. I mean,
I would think they would take some type of pneumatic devices, put it in there, and push the train away and pull him out.
Well, that's what they do. Oh, they don't drive the subway away.
That's what I assumed you were talking about.
Oh, no, that
no.
no.
How silly would
They
that be to
push-
see him just going, whoa, as he's spinning. It's like, he'll be all right. His pelvis is coming out his asshole.
No, no. That's what the train is stopped. They probably push it away from the platform.
Yeah, that's what I would
But when
think.
they push it away, the tourniquet action because you're twisted up.
Yeah, all the blood pressure goes out of your head and upper body, and you're just dead.
Just drained. Can we look that up, Danny?
Why don't they just put tight pants on him beforehand?
I don't know, a belt perhaps?
Yeah, a
Did
belt.
he live like that?
And
Maybe
then-
set up a little living room around the subway? Give him a hat.
No, really, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Just don't move the train.
Yes.
Right, just ruin it for everybody else so you can live your life.
I bet they don't do that.
Probably not. It'd be so hard to keep the area clean.
Inconvenient.
I want to
Right,
see.
enough of the Benny Hill
We
music.
got it. We're going
You
to
know
do
what?
45 minutes, an entire episode in real time.
I just noticed something. We got Jim Florentine and Don Jameson in studio. Look how polite they are. They got their food and they just are waiting to eat it.
What?
I'm part of that. We all just eat live on the show.
Well,
we'll take a break though. and
It's
you can
not because of that. I got an egg white omelet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Wrong day to
I'm
pick
still
the-
deciding if I'm going to eat it or
Wrong
not.
day to pick the egg white omelet. Because you know, as soon as you put it in your mouth, right?
Of course.
"Oh,
I already looked at it. There's a little chunky.
Oh,
I can-
shit. No, that's bad.
I see some clear stuff on the top.
Yeah, well.
And Kenny picked it up, so who knows what he did with
Fucking hairs.
Probably put his ghoulish little penis. I think Kenny has like a 5.5-inch dick. That's my
Really? You
opinion.
think it's a little below
Tops.
average?
Awful. Probably
Nah,
thin.
I think it's big.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, like a club.
He's a big guy, though.
I
He's
know.
probably-
That's why I think he wears tighty whities, and I think he has maybe 5 3/4, fairly thin.
I was able to sire children.
Yeah.
Right.
What about
for
the
you.
nips? I see him with big areolas.
Can he?
Yeah.
Ah, big like baloney type tits.
Yeah.
Big areolas.
Big
You gotta see him at the gym.
Yeah. Knuckle nipples.
Yeah.
Good news, the Dow's only down 200 in the first call.
Oh, great. Well,
and this DHL thing is ruining a little town called Wilmington. So that's where they're all out
I don't live there.
They say it's destroying the town. Destroying 7,000 people from one town being laid off.
My town's number one export is Jews, so it doesn't matter to me. I don't care. I got my my nice neighborhood. As long as I could keep it, keep my house.
When do we feel the trickle-down effect of all these people being laid off? Where you're dodging bricks and muggers in the street because they need
It's going to get ugly, yeah.
Because they need to,
and
feed
they're
their
cutting,
families and themselves.
They're cutting the budget here in New York City so bad. But Bloomberg says, no, we don't want it to go back to like the 70s where everything, the infrastructure pretty much was just crumbling. It's like, well, have you ever played Sim City? Or any of those games? The second you start pulling away the maintenance people and the lower echelon,
things go
that's
to
when
shit.
things start going to shit.
Right.
All of a sudden, I realized I was playing Sim City, and then I'm running out of money and shit, and everything was going good. I'm like, I'm the best city maker ever. And then I had to pull back on a few things, and then I noticed half my city's on fire.
Yeah.
And then there's a riot on another side, and I don't have cops to send them there because I cut that.
That game is very realistic.
It really is.
What's going to happen?
It's like
in a lot of towns
you
and
could
cities
take
across
away
America.
the word. Sim Amusement Park was the same thing. I'm like, fuck, why do I need people there sweeping?
Right.
I have too many sweepers. I'm going to take them away. And then papers started gathering on the sidewalks, and then the customers walking around going with the little thing over their head going. They're grumbling, and it says your park is dirty. So they weren't happy even when they're going on the ride. So then the happiness level goes down, and now people aren't showing up, and now you can't pay for maintenance on your machines, and then they're flying off the roller coasters.
So you have to keep sweeping. That's
Yes,
what we learned today.
keep fucking sweeping.
It all starts with the sweeping.
We're so doomed as a society.
It's going to get really.
No, because I was
ugly.
just watching the footage of our president elect.
He's the miracle maker.
Well,
wait for the miracles.
He better.
He's the Messiah. Now we wait for the miracles.
You wanted
He's
the
got it all
job,
figured
and now
out.
you got it, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Good luck to you.
He's on his little honeymoon period right
Yeah.
now.
It just
Hey, the
figures.
White House. Yeah, the wife is like, wow, this is great. This is where the kids are going to stay.
Yeah.
Oh, this is where the Kennedy children stay. They're going to be in the same rooms and everything. It's like, yeah, great.
It just figures
It's gonna be nice.
the worst time to
Fix
be
this.
the president of the United States, and finally the black guy gets in.
Yeah, the scapegoat. He's going to be the scapegoat.
They're pretty much saying it's the worst time to be the president.
Yeah, it is.
All right, well, you know what? Here you go.
Everything
There you
is
go.
fucked.
Right.
There isn't one thing going well right now for this country. Economically, it stinks. We're still in a war.
Yeah.
The fucking we're at each other's throats. It's a horrible time to come in as president, and here he is. Hi, I'm your first black president.
Oh,
Ooh,
boy.
fuck.
All right.
There's going to be pitchforks and fucking torches out in front of the White House after like 2 months.
Come
on out here, boy!
When do people realize that he can't change this shit anytime soon? March?
When's the
April?
inauguration?
He's already saying it.
Yeah.
He's the first day in. He's like, okay, I can't fix this
They
now.
pulled his entire detailed agenda off of his website, which was there during his whole
really?
campaign, and just put the vagaries that he usually, hey, prosperity, happiness,
blah, 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 blah,
great
blah.
hope. We got a lot of hope
blah,
here.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take a quick break so these guys could think
Eat
about
their
eating
cum.
their omelets. Enjoy your cum.
At least I'll put
boys.
ketchup on it, so it won't be as bad.
My hash browns look like they're from someone's ass.
Hey, surprise.
And when we get back, the broads out there, they're doing some stuff with their pubic area. Pubic fashion after the break.
Can I answer a question?
No!
Somebody, you're right.
What?
Some fucking guy keeps texting me.
Why?
Fucking, he's like, when are you in Atlantic City at the Borgata? I said January 16th, 17th.
God.
What an
God almighty, the Borgata.com. How many fucking times?
Let me cancel the next.
Why didn't you
text.
just text him that? Why'd you have to say it on the air?
That's a good,
Yeah, you're confused.
I mean, like you could have just texted him back.
just in case other people
Oh.
wanted to text me.
Oh, is that why you did that?
Food, all right.
Well, give out your
Having a glass of
number.
wine.
Give out your number. I want to see how many text messages you get in 5 minutes.
917-267-2602.
I did that on Eddie Trunk's show last night. I did his the Boneyard with him.
Yeah.
And I wanted to plug for comics this weekend. So I go, yeah. And Yngwie Malmsteen was coming in. He was right out in the lobby. I go, yeah, Yngwie said he's going to see me this weekend at comics. the club in New York City. Eddie's like, he's going to be out of town. He's leaving tomorrow. I go, no. He goes, really? And Ingve comes in. He goes, Ingve, you going to his comedy show? And he's like, what?
Yeah.
What comedy show? I go, remember at comics you were talking? He goes, I don't remember that. I had to get the
Eddie
fucking
fell
plug
for
in.
that?
He fell for it.
Fucking Eddie Trump.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you, Eddie? Jim Florentine Comics this weekend. We'll continue. Opie and Anthony, Jim Florentine, Don Jameson,
Cathay Pacific.
What is that about?
We're talking about airlines, and my manager, Jonathan, the fucking arms dealer, has flown everywhere in the world, and he gets upgraded a lot because he has so many miles. He's just a weirdo who travels alone. And he said the best planes, the most luxurious ones are Cathay Pacific.
Really?
Or a Cathay Pacific.
But he also told us a story where he's on planes with animals.
He's
when
flown,
he's doing the little jumps.
He's flown everywhere.
Yeah.
If you knew the fucking people that he introduced to Fidel Castro in Cuba, he's fucking Jonathan. We got to get him on the show. He's a fucking very interesting.
Hyman Roth.
Yes, I'm an old Jew.
Take the cake, show everybody, and then give everyone a slice.
What's wrong with you?
He's been fucking everywhere, dude.
All right, we're gonna go.
We're bigger than U.S. Steel.
You know what he does too? He's fucking Jonathan. You ever see his scrapbooks?
He does
he's like
scrapbooks.
He's like a giant child. My fucking. This is the guy who handles my career. He showed me at his apartment his scrapbooks, but they're like probably about 1.5 feet high and 1 foot wide. They're like giant, construction paper scrapbooks. Tape matchbooks in them from other countries. And it's like I've never had the urge to rip something as badly.
Like one of the matches books on fire. That's holding burn.
One of the matches books?
One matches books.
I always like to pluralize the wrong part.
And I always ask him, did you get laid over there? He's like, that wasn't what the trip was about. I'm like, well, why go?
I know.
That's what every trip's about.
You know what I mean? Why go?
What do you want to do? Just show that massive scrotum off in a fucking...
Or does he got a big scrotum?
Dude, it's fucking...
Big bag?
It's like a water balloon. Whatever he has in the front
Does he have a problem?
It's fucking... His dick has Down syndrome.
He wears tight pants.
You ever look at his bulge?
Yeah, I've seen it.
You can't not look at his bulge.
Is it the ball bag, you think, or has he got something else going on?
Dude, it's fucking... It looks like... I'm opening my hands, my fingers. It's a fucking... It's like a small, riverbed.
Cocoa orbs?
It's gigantic. I don't know if that's his dick or his bag. It's fucking awful.
I think it's his bag.
Maybe he's got big balls.
Because Jim was Jim's manager first, and I was going to meet with him. He goes, "You got to check out his package." And the first time I'm meeting a fucking guy in Hollywood, I'm just staring at his package.
Because I knew fucking Jim.
He's like, "What's your plan for your career?" I'm like, "I don't know." I'm just fucking
I'm being hypnotized by your balls.
I'm trying to text Jim. I'm like, "It's fucking huge." Under the table.
We used to know this comic named Paul Veneer. Remember Paul Veneer?
Yeah.
He does a music parody act and stuff, a lot of crowd work. And we knew Paul for years, but his fucking package, it's all we could look at.
We couldn't stop staring at it. As soon as we were done with our sets opening for him, we'd try to sit in the front and just stare at his package and just giggle. He thought we were laughing at his jokes. Which he was a funny dude, but that package.
It's all we could look at. And we'd always ask him, you got to tell us how fucking big it is. And he just would, he was like, come on.
Yeah, all uncomfortable.
Come on, fellas.
Yeah. No guy wants the openers to ask that question.
No. What is it? The pants? What do you think it is? The
I don't
pants
know.
that does that?
I don't.
Is it how you position? What am I doing right now? I'm doing I'm doing the split on the seam with the balls
right down the middle,
when you
right?
sit. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the up and a little to my left kind of a thing. It's comfortable. Some guys though, you look over and both balls are on one side, and that'll fuck it up. That'll make it look like, wow, what's going on over there?
Yeah, it looks
And then
like the movie Twins, Schwarzenegger and DeVito.
Yeah. And then on the other side, Like a mac and cheese noodle.
Like a Rolling Stones
Just kind of,
Yeah.
Over to that side.
All right.
I don't know.
Speaking of packages, the girls are doing some fun stuff.
Image is everything in Southern California, and everyone always wants to look their best, even if it's a body area that only a precious few will ever see.
Lou Parker live at one salon where they, let's see, they style hair down there. How's that?
Yeah, guys, this is an interesting...
Ooh, nice, sexy laugh she's got there.
Hair down there.
Clever.
Down there, on the feet, on toe knuckles.
Yeah, guys, this is an interesting one. It's one of those ones we've been talking about for weeks now. We're tonight at Damone Roberts. It's a salon in Beverly Hills.
Right. We're at Damone Roberts. Isn't this great? Where'd you get that pussy? Out of the hamper? Damone Roberts.
Stupid Damone.
No matter what the pussy looks like, make it seem like that's the place to be. Hey, isn't this great?
What tickets were it? Cheap Trick and...
I was selling those, and then
Earth, Wind, and
Busted Fire.
Fire.
Yeah,
Earth,
Busted
Wind,
for
and
Ozzy.
Fire, and Little Brother.
Little Brother, right?
Hey, he's a
Wow.
great-looking kid. Damone was great in that. What an ass.
At Damone Roberts. It's a salon in Beverly Hills, really nice. And they carry this product. It's called Betty Beauty. And basically, Betty, if you don't know what that is, and I'm not going to tell you, I'm just going to show you. It's for that area right there, because we are on the news. The woman who created this said she wanted to call it Betty. She wanted it to have sort of an old Hollywood theme, sort of like Ava Gardner, Betty. And it has become wildly popular. So tonight, on this Friday night, we are getting our Betties ready.
That sounds so unsexy.
Hopefully you'll have sex with a guy named Mercury, Freddy.
Betty. Get your Betty ready. That is so unsexy. That's what the Cougars do. My Betty's ready, is it?
Looks like a fucking punched mouth with a fucking a scrappy little
With
beard.
no teeth.
Like Betty Davis after the stroke. My Betty's ready. It's drooling.
Ladies, you got to keep your hair down there in tip-top shape. Waxing it away.
What the hell was that?
Wow.
Sounds like she got punched.
Yeah, punched in the Betty. Me, you, Betty, Betsy's Betty.
Baby maker wide open.
Top shape. Waxing it away, nothing new, but this is.
Today I'm getting my Betty dyed hot pink.
Yes, you heard her right. Hot pink and in the shape of a bow.
Who wants that? Shave it all off, you fucking idiot. I'm getting it all shaved off, and I'm getting a baby bonnet. That's fucking enraging.
Oh, her Betty.
Yeah.
That is a horrible fucking term for that. It's just, that might have been good in World War II.
What's wrong with the names we got?
That's right.
What's some of those
Pussy.
names for the cut?
Cut.
Beef carton.
Yeah. Hole. Pleasure divot.
Whale's eye.
Arby sandwich.
Harvey sandwich. Nice.
Dina Zelioni is one of many women who are daring to spice up their bikini line, and Damone Roberts Salon in Beverly Hills is giving them the opportunity.
It is like having a secret. A special secret.
Only your rapist knows.
Yeah.
A special secret.
Yeah, she has it shaved into the shape of a mace can.
Yuck.
The process is pretty simple. A quick application of bleaching cream to prep the hair. Then 20 minutes later, it's time for color. And girls, we've got choices. Blue, auburn, purple, hot pink, blonde, and even red and green, just in time for the holidays.
It's also really good for a woman who's older and have a gray hair. So we can use brown and black because nobody wants to see gray hair down there.
Oh, they're dying gray snatches.
Oh, God.
Ugh.
Just shave it.
Those hairs are like Brillo. Big coarse grays. What do you think? Dyeing it pink is going to fucking help?
I thought they said time for the colored.
No, the colors.
Oh, the colors.
Yes.
Well, imagine if a colored one had gray hair because it's already coarse enough.
Yeah, it would just...
It's brutal.
Be like kissing Mother Jefferson.
You want more of this crap?
Pink, yeah, of course. I want to know everything about the Bettys.
All right.
Brides come in and get glue done for that tradition, something borrowed, something blue.
And why not charm your Betty using these little stencil shapes? We hear men love it in the shape of a heart.
No, we don't.
No, we don't.
It never looks right.
Looks ridiculous.
Looks silly. And unless it's an actual biological heart.
Yeah.
Try that one out.
That's kind of nice.
And usually they leave too much space between the hair and the
hair and the pussy thing. Where when they stand up, it looks fine.
Right.
And then laying back with their legs up, it's like someone dropped a fucking little bit of hair in the middle of their belly.
Right.
Because it's so far from the actual pussy.
Yeah, what's that about?
Yeah, like a happy trail.
Yeah, like the Hitler mustache is the worst. It looks okay kind of when they're standing up. Little tuft, whatever. But then laying back with their legs spread, it's between their pussy and their belly button. It's like you forgot, what is this?
Yeah, what do I do, Sieg Heil this thing?
Yeah, who dropped this fucking thing?
Heart.
Ours is the best for Valentine's Day. It's a big surprise.
Yeah. There's also a peace sign, lightning bolt, butterfly, cat, star, and even a dollar sign.
There's a little devil that's also fun.
But getting back to the wax.
For the first time, I would say it's a little bit of pain, but it's fleeting pain. It's
a little more sensitive down there.
It's like a rubber band snap.
Over and over and over again. But Dina doesn't seem to mind. She wants a beautiful Betty no matter what. And in the end, she says it makes you feel, well,
a little clean, a little dirty.
Yeah.
Yeah. She would have fucking, they would have it shaved in the shape of a tuna can.
You want to feel dirty? Take it up the shitter.
Yeah. I'm going to shave my Bartholomew. I'll show them.
Right.
Like, give it a nice, sexy name.
This is a dumb Sex in the City segment.
2008, exactly.
Stupid Sex in the City crap.
Made every old bitch think they're going out there and scoring.
Right.
What do you mean?
Stop it already.
It's the news.
Yeah,
It's not
it's
some
the news.
stupid Sex in the City.
You know, they're doing
It's
another
the
fucking
Sex in the
City
City
movie.
culture. Yeah, I
because it
heard.
did so well that they're making another one.
I actually have the plot for the. I actually have gotten the
Oh,
script. Yep.
Jimmy, do tell.
Sarah
tell.
Jessica Parker in the opening scene is in a doctor's office because
Yeah.
she thinks she's pregnant.
Ooh, nice.
But he says, "I've got some bad news.
Oh no,
You have rectal cancer."
Oh, Jiminy Cricket, that doesn't sound good.
Yes, they actually cut her asshole out, and the whole rest of the film is her learning to shit without an asshole. And her friends are only in the second scene. They go to the hospital, and she gives them all the creeps, and they leave.
Yeah, she's got like the Louis Vuitton colostomy bag.
And a big bow on her wig because she has no hair left.
She's eating out a bag of oats.
That's the plot of the new one.
Yeah,
okay.
I'd go see that.
That I'll see.
Of course.
What's her Betty look like?
Yeah.
I don't know. You can't see it because there's a black orderly on her at all times. Every time she wants to eat, he fucks her while he pushes Jello into her mouth. Busta Rhymes is playing the orderly.
And he because you got to bring in the black audience, right?
Now I'm watching that.
That's like the slapstick comedy part.
Yeah.
He fucking punches her right in that fucking Clydesdale face. Climbs on and fucks her. And pushes fucking green jelly in her mouth.
Dice has a funny bit about Sarah Jessica Parker. She goes, she's been fucked so many times, her pussy looks like Rocky's eye.
Oh!
Keith Olbermann fans?
Oh, he's terrific.
I can't get enough of this guy.
That guy really tells it like it is.
He just signed a new deal, and I'm glad. So it gives us more time to make fun of this douche.
He really is.
I didn't even mind him that much until he came out against Imus after the fact.
And then David Schuster.
After the fact.
He's a lunk-headed cunt.
He had to tell his audience that behind the scenes he was telling everybody this isn't right.
Yeah.
And our whole point was you have a fucking national show. Why don't you go on your show in the middle of this controversy and tell people it's not right? Oh,
Yeah,
but he
and-
was bragging after the fact. Oh, I was one of those guys behind closed doors
To Jesse-
saying we need to fire this guy.
To Jesse Jackson, he was
sucking his
groveling.
dick.
That fucking douchebag Jesse Jackson. It was sickening. Sickening.
Well, he did a thing on the gay marriage thing that got shot down in California.
Yeah.
And,
Wasn't he updating like scores a few weeks ago?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
Now he's an expert in gay marriage.
Well, he was the ESPN guy, and that's actually when I did like him.
Yeah.
He did a very good job with the sports thing, and then he's doing his MSNBC show, but now NBC, I think on Sunday nights,
Yeah, well,
do
they put him back.
highlights.
Him and Dan Patrick back together.
Yeah,
like,
doing
you know,
some highlights on NBC.
Dan Patrick's great. He's
Yeah,
phenomenal.
absolutely.
But, you know, they put him together like everyone's going to be like, ooh, remember 10 years ago? We're going
Yeah.
to watch Football Night in America, which is the fucking worst title ever.
What's it called?
It's Football Night in America.
That's fucking
Every Sunday night.
horrendous.
I know.
Football Night in America.
That's yeah.
Why in America? Where the it's the only country they play it in, you fucking asshole.
That name's as bad as Special Delivery with Sam and Dave.
Football Night in America.
Excuse me?
No, but it really is the name of a show.
Oh, okay.
Can you take that back? Our own Sam doing a show with Eastside Dave, and their show is called Special Delivery with Sam and Dave.
Why would you plug that?
Because it's our boy Sam.
Who cares?
Exactly.
Sam, the name
That
stinks.
hair.
Name stinks.
Enough already. I want to put a fucking football helmet face mask through that.
I think the name
It'll look
Sam and
great.
Dave was taken.
Oh, you didn't want to get sued by Sam and Dave? What are they doing these days?
Somebody who knows them.
What did
probably.
they ever do? What was their hit song? I don't even remember.
Hold on, I'm coming. I'm a soul man.
If their name's really Sam and Dave,
you could say
you
Sam
could
and
say
Dave.
the Sam and Dave show.
Why don't you call it Sam and
Your
Dave on your
names.
radio dial?
It's your real name.
It's a wrestling thing. You like the wrestling
It's not like
thing.
the Coke and Pepsi show.
But we don't want to name it the Sam and Dave show. We would want to name it Sam and Dave. So now, because the blank show, I don't know. We didn't want to put the show in it. So now it's
like the Opie and Anthony show, right?
Yeah.
Well, stupid and lame and
No.
the thing is-
the fucking tools.
Yeah, sorry about that.
it's
Sorry
been done
we have a
so
lame
well.
Show.
It's been done so well by you guys and by the Rod and Fez
I
show.
got you now.
Yeah. All right. Get lost.
All right.
Scram.
Well, Keith Overman's talking about the
He
gay
didn't know if he
marriage
should
thing.
really leave or not. It was all awkward.
Yeah.
Football Night in America.
Yeah, it's just how he talks about subjects that just drive me nuts. You want to hear Keith Overman talk about the gay marriage thing?
Yes.
All right.
This isn't about yelling, and this isn't about politics, and this isn't really just about Prop 8. And I don't have a personal investment in this. I'm not gay. I had to strain to think of one member of even my very extended family who is.
We get it.
I have no personal stories of close
the cock.
friends.
What a fucking insecure
I'm not
just
gay.
Thank you, Jimmy.
He had
Yes.
to have this fucking preamble before he
Because
comes
he didn't
out
want
in
people to
defense
think,
of,
why would
gays.
he, defend this? What is
what's
he
the
hiding?
matter?
Huh?
He doesn't tell
fag.
Right. He doesn't tell people he's not black when he's talking about black issues.
Yeah.
What a fucking
No, he does.
jerk off.
Just be secure with who you are, you douche.
You really
That's like a comic when they go, you know, I love my wife, but
Right.
Yeah.
stop with that. Just fucking come out and say it.
Yeah.
And call her what you're going to call
Yeah.
her.
Ladies, nothing against you guys, but stop.
Yeah.
That's a good
Excellent point. Stop
Yeah.
fucking prefacing it, you faggots. Just say it.
Yeah, well, this is what Keith's doing today.
Family who is. I have no personal stories
Right.
of close friends or colleagues fighting prejudice that still pervades their lives. And yet, to me, this vote is horrible. Horrible. Because this isn't about yelling and this isn't about politics. This is about the human heart. And if that sounds corny,
About the human
so
asshole
be it.
and human penis meeting each other.
Yes. It's
The human heart.
The human heart. Horrible.
Yeah.
If it sounds corny.
horrible.
Yeah, it does.
It does. It sounds douchey. It's worse than corny.
does.
Yeah.
You're a douchebag.
Yeah.
That sounds corny. So be it. Shut up.
Wait till we get to the Ember of Love line.
He didn't say that.
The member of love.
What is it to you? In a time of impermanence and fly-by-night relationships, these people over here want the same chance at permanence and happiness that is your option. They don't want to deny you yours. They don't want to take anything away from you. They want what you want, a chance to be a little less alone in the world.
Have shitty smelling dicks. Well, you think about it, don't we all?
Yes. They want what you want, to blow a friend behind a dumpster while walking a small dog. They want what we all want. 6 transgendered partners a night.
He's so dramatic.
They want what we all want. Dad to not vomit when he looks at us.
Own in the world. Only now you are saying to them, no, you can't have it on these terms. Maybe something similar if they behave, if they don't cause too much trouble. You'll even give them all the same legal rights, even as you are taking away the legal right which they already had. A world around them still anchored in love and marriage, and you're saying, no, you can't marry. What if somebody passed a law that said you couldn't marry?
Well, I wish they had 9 fucking years ago.
How about them apples?
Oh, or actually 18 years ago.
Yeah. How many houses would you have now?
Oh, my God. At least one other one that I own in Huntington somewhere.
That you've never seen?
That I've never seen. And boatloads of cash.
And if they told us we couldn't get married anymore, we'd figure it out, right?
Yeah.
Figure something out.
Exactly.
Still, who cares?
Right.
Then you call it something else, and you
Right.
just fucking make your own ceremony for it, and you do it, and you fuck each other in the ass. Right?
What a melodramatic.
Right, guys?
Yeah. Hey, look, you're preaching to the choir.
With me?
Of course. Bunch of fucking
Hit the bathroom.
room full of Peter pumpers.
We're not communists, of course, yes. It's just how he talks about this.
Yeah.
He's
It's
trying.
So
What is it to you?
Yeah,
Right.
he's so overly
Yeah.
dramatic, and like he really cares about this.
He's trying
Acting.
so hard to have moments. Like, he always tries so hard. He's such a fucking annoying douche. Like, we apologize without limit. You fucking
What are you, Sir John Gielgud?
Just saying we apologize is good enough, but we apologize
Without limit. I
We
had
are-
one limit I wanted on that.
We are dreadfully. It's like, you phony.
it.
Stop trying so hard to have the moment.
Yeah.
Stop trying to be quoted.
Yeah.
Fucking douche.
If this country hadn't redefined marriage, black people still couldn't marry white people. 16 states
Why do you
have
say
law-
that you're not black? Stress that.
And you have nothing against black people. I love them.
Yes.
Some of my best friends.
But
Yeah.
let's face it.
And when was this wonderful time? He's talking up. When did this happen?
And they always say it with good, like, I love my wife, but like, you never hear a comic go like, hey, look, I have affection for rapists, but
yeah, I'm saying all rapists are bad.
White people. 16 states had laws on the books which made that illegal in 1967. 1967.
Yeah, I heard you.
Yeah, that was
He
a long-
loves repeating stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
1967. Guess what, Keith? That was a long time ago, you idiot.
it was a long
You could
time
say
ago.
it 3 or 4 different times. It's still a long time ago.
They had to wait
60
because they couldn't say, you could put a man on the moon, but I can't marry a white woman.
Yeah.
And then, a couple of short years later, they had to, hold on.
I was trying to enable that joke, too. I was trying to help you
Yeah,
along.
you were. Thank you.
Waiter,
Okay. Yep. What?
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 Were you going to help by careening into the back of my car?
I was going to say, waiter, I'll have a B with a bunch of O's, please.
Okay. No, that's good and appropriate.
1967. The parents of the president-elect of the United States could not have married in nearly 1/3 of the states of the country their son grew up to
We
lead.
understand. You don't need to drill it home, you fucking dummy.
Where's my time machine DeLorean when I need it?
He's trying to put it into terms where we all go, holy shit. And it's not
Yeah.
working, asshole. We get it. Do you understand what that means? We know.
Yeah.
Parents of the president-elect.
Yeah,
Oh.
Bill
Yeah,
Clinton.
meanwhile, the father left after like 2 years.
Yeah. Yeah,
What's the
exactly.
difference?
It doesn't
He
matter.
left. Well, the difference was he, was able to get it in there. Yeah.
Bill K from Philly reminds me that, yes, he does one of these every night on some dumb topic.
But he's trying so hard to get that holy shit moment.
They couldn't even be married.
Of the country their son grew up to lead.
Ugh.
But it's worse than that.
What?
If this country had not redefined marriage, some black people still couldn't marry other black people. It is one of the most...
Is this pussy boy getting close to crying over this?
And first of all, he was talking about something 40 years. 40 years is a long fucking time, especially those 40 years. That was a lot of shit going on during that time period.
That's a long 40 years.
And now he's going back to where black people couldn't even marry each other. So now he's going back further.
Right.
How far back?
Other black people. It is one of the most overlooked and cruelest parts of our sad history of slavery. Marriages were not legally recognized if the people were slaves. Since slaves were property, they could not be legally husband and wife.
My riding
mother and
lawnmower
child.
can't marry my rake. So what? I'm just saying that's what it was like back then.
Oh my God.
That's how it was considered. I'm not saying it was right, wrong, or indifferent. Whatever the fuck it was, that's what it was back in those days. Holy shit. Guys, talking in today's mentality. Whenever you take the fucking days of slavery and shit like that and try to relate it to today's mentality and intellect and how fucking worldly we're supposed to be, it comes off sounding ridiculous. But back then, they put him on fucking stumps, banged a gavel, and bid on him. And it wasn't people weren't going, this is horrible. I got $25. This is the worst thing I've ever done. Why am I doing this? $30. It was acceptable. It was what they did.
Yeah, looking back, we understand.
Looking
now,
back,
but,
you see how, it was. But, yeah, they didn't allow slaves to be married. They're buying these people. Of course they're not going to let them get married.
Right, that would ruin everything.
Yes. Holy shit. This guy is a fucking ass.
How much it would suck to have one of your workers all knocked up? You see how it works in your workplace.
Doesn't.
The broad doesn't want to do anything for 9 months. And you can't fire her because, human resources gets involved. So you're stuck with a big, fat, pregnant woman bitching all day. Here's this is where...
You want an AR on your ass. Continue. Jimmy gets them all.
I'm going to call MR.
That's okay. Keeps us out of the jam.
Nobody is asking you to embrace their expression of love. But don't you as human beings have to embrace that love? The world is barren enough. It is stacked against...
Is he breaking up a little bit?
Yes, that's what I'm
His
saying.
voice.
He's such a nerd.
The
this
world's
guy.
barren enough.
He's such a nerd.
He sucks. Half of them just want to get married for the health insurance so they can take care of their fucking partner. It's something about love.
Yeah.
They're going to get AIDS eventually, so they need some fucking insurance.
Just in case you get a dose of that.
Yeah,
you're going to need the insurance for the cocktail.
They want the benefits.
Yeah, they're fucking
How ironic that is.
The colon shredded apart, and they need to go to a doctor. That's why they're doing it.
It gets you sick and saves you. The old cocktail.
The world is barren enough. It is stacked against love and against hope and against those very few and precious emotions that enable us, all of us, to go forward. Your marriage...
I
hate this guy.
I am embarrassed for this guy.
Yeah.
You are a fucking embarrassing, fat-headed man.
No, isn't this the same guy that was all these interns he was screwing or some shit? Like all these girls were saying he was having these one-night stands and just blew them off.
Wow.
But he's supposed to be in love.
This is what Jim Florentine is saying.
I have no idea, Jim Florentine. What are you saying? What allegations are you making?
The barren of love out there. It's so against us.
I just hope
I have no idea,
at
to be
some
honest with you.
point a phone message comes out where this guy's just dropping N-bombs like crazy, calling, saying fag and everything, whatever, just something. This guy is coming off like this, it's too much. He's covering up something because people don't fucking talk like it. People don't give a fuck. I don't care if Proposition 8 allows gay people to get married or not. Would I want him to? Sure, why not? If they aren't able to, am I going to care? No, I don't give a shit. Either way, I don't care.
You don't need someone calling BR. I mean, fuck you.
No, we don't.
I think that was over. I better watch what I say. Someone will call NR. He's wallowing in emotionalism, which is what's annoying me.
Yeah.
It's like, I think Prop 8, I think they should be allowed to get married. I mean, I really do.
Gives a shit.
Let them get married. You
whatever.
want to get married, have benefits, good. I mean, they got to pay the same taxes as individuals. You fucking tax them for their work, and they have the same penalties of criminal. You know what I mean? It's like
I don't know if it's going to hurt me at all.
Nah, it won't.
And it's going to affect my pocketbook. Got you by the purse strings.
Sure do. You don't want to fuck up and have someone call CR.
Jesus. Here we go.
Your marriage only stands a 50-50 chance of lasting.
Yeah.
No matter how much you feel and how hard you work.
Yeah.
And here are people overjoyed at the prospect of just that chance.
Yeah.
And that work just for the hope of having that feeling.
Yeah.
It's not the feeling of fucking marriage, dummy. It's the feeling you get when you're fucking just with somebody you care about and you're shoving your dick in them. Right in that asshole. Wonderful.
Yes.
Fabulous.
Fucking, yes, just that feeling. They want to just, on Christmas morning, be able to give a pink sock to the one they love.
Hanging pink stockings by the fireplace.
You want to pull your penis out and have ass skin holding onto it. Oh, my God.
Like you're fucking a sea urchin. Oh, this guy is just so fucking full of himself.
Exactly.
Wait till you hear this last 30 seconds.
They want what we all want, to wipe shit off our dicks with one of our his and his towels.
His and hiv.
There it is. Listen for it.
All you need to do is stand and let the tiny ember of love meet its own fate. You don't have to help it. You don't have to applaud it.
You think he practiced that in his head?
Yeah. Oh, he ran through this in front of a fucking mirror. Yep.
Oh, I'm going to come up with. I'm going to come up with the ember of love.
Ember of love.
And my voice will tremble.
He's trying
Ember
so
of
hard
love.
to be moving.
He does this all the fucking time.
He's trying to get people to just stare at the TV, captivated and hanging on his every word. And no.
Someone tell him if you know him that you saw last night's episode. And he's a glad baggie of jizz. He's a fucking Ziploc bag of jizz, just full. He's a baggie that's so full of jizz, you Ziplocked it and jizz leaked all over your fingers. What a fucking asshole!
All you need to do is stand and let the tiny ember of love meet its own fate. You don't have to help it. You don't have to applaud it. You don't have to fight for it. Just don't put it out. Just don't extinguish it. Because while it may at first look like that love is between two people you don't know and you don't understand and maybe you don't even want to know, that love is in fact the ember of your love for your fellow person. Just because this is the only world we have and the other guy counts too.
Yeah.
The other guy counts too. I mean, the other two guys count.
Yeah.
They count T cells.
Two. Oh, fuck.
What a...
It's just like, I don't even want to hold this.
It's embarrassing.
That wavering in his voice, that whole thing. And even if it's people you don't know.
But he practices
His emotions got to come out.
That wasn't
Stop
natural.
it.
He practices
of course he
that
does.
delivery, that voice.
He ought to talk that way
quivering.
about free speech and how it only applies to certain people. And if you're a radio DJ and you make a tasteless joke, you should be fired. And I'll suck Jesse Jackson's dick with 100%. I'll put it right in my mouth.
Did he make your book, Jimmy?
Keith Olbermann?
Yeah.
Fucking 8 pages on him.
Seriously?
Oh, nice.
I smashed that.
I can't wait to
cocksucker.
get to that part.
Yeah, it's called Asshole Keith Olbermann. That's the
Really?
Yes. I attack him for his fucking...
Oh, you rule.
His dog shit on Imus, he's throwing David Schuster to the Wolves. Yeah, I attack
Your
him.
Steve Martin chapter was really good, too.
Thank you.
Really good.
Yeah, he had to be fucking beaten for that shitty...
Peter Sellers move.
Fucking what a scumbag move. I can't believe no one's attacking Steve Martin for fucking stealing the Pink Panther and sucking.
But he made the great point of, like, imagine a guy all of a sudden starts doing comedy in white suits and with the arrow in the head. He would be outraged.
Yeah,
he
it was
would lose
like
his fucking mind.
I pointed out, I'm like, you wouldn't, like, because Steve Martin's like, I just wanted to see what I could bring to the role. It's like, you fucking asshole. If someone was running around with a white suit and an arrow through your head, you wouldn't be going, hey, what a great tribute to me. You'd be going, that guy's stealing my shit. And you'd be right. He would be stealing your shit.
In a very feminine fashion, he would say that.
Yes, he would, with his little thin mustache.
Yes.
The hamburger. The hamburger. How can you be a French accent for that long and not be funny? It was mind-boggling how they avoided anything that could have been humorous.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe that humor was avoided so successfully in that movie. It was fucking horrible.
But they had Beyonce or whatever in there.
Ah, yeah, she's sassy.
She gets the
She's
sexy
good.
and the black. And I don't hate Beyonce. She's just an irrelevant. Whatever. She's the hot chick in the movie. I hate him for stealing the fucking role from Sellers. He stole a fucking role and ruined it. It's a sickening thing.
Same thing with the out-of-towners. Did the same thing. Ruined Jack Lemmon's performance, which was brilliant.
He's terrible. And he used to be great. The Jerk, all these funny movies.
I forgot he did the Out-of-Towners. Holy shit, good one, Doc.
With Goldie Hawn.
Father of the Bride. It's like, you fucking smug asshole. You are able to refuse roles. Why are you taking fucking shit that's been done before? Create something original. It's fucking annoying.
So, Jim, what happens when he comes to the Comedy Cellar next week? He wants to start doing stand-up again. You'll be like, Steve, can I get a picture? Just one, please?
You'll have your little card out. Can you sign this?
I know.
Can you sign this business card?
And you'll go home, get it friggin' copied at Kinko's. Can you sign it now?
Not only will I do that.
Are they going to do another Father of the Bride?
Oh, fuck yeah. I'll bring a copy of the Pink Panther and say, dude, this was a home run. Can you sign this? No one said that I'm not an inconsistent fucking diaper full of shit.
The best about your book, you just destroy Al Sharpton, and at the end of the chapter is a picture of Jimmy and Al Sharpton.
Yep.
But the captions under your pictures, you're not faking anything.
No, not at all.
You admit to a lot of stuff.
I got a picture with the guy
who stabbed him.
Who stabbed him? Yeah, he's a big O&A fan.
Yeah,
and,
I've seen him.
He's got some
a few appearances.
fucking thick meat hooks. I have a good photo of us. He came to the gig the fucking animation festival. Mike, his name is, and he was in the back. He's a nice dude. He fucked up and whatever. He did his time in jail, and he's like a normal dude. And we get a picture, and he's holding a copy of Happy Endings. So happy.
Yeah.
Fucking great taste.
That's an angry gentleman.
They're already
He was.
Yeah.
They're already previewing Pink Panther 2.
I can't wait to see that.
Unbelievable.
The first one was so bad. It was so fucking bad. It's like, dude, you were one of the biggest stand-ups ever. How do you not know what fucking garbage that movie is?
I saw some kind of trailer in the movie theater, and it was him as, Inspector Clouseau. Just fabulous, wonderful. And it was a turn your cell phone off kind of an announcement. It was cringe-inducing, where I had slumped down in my seat. It was so bad.
Were you embarrassed?
I couldn't look at the huge screen in front of me. It was that bad. And I was like, if one person, I hear a chuckle out of one person, I'm caving their head in. I'm just going over with my boot and caving their fucking skull in. Because there's nothing worse in the movies when you see something awful and then someone goes, oh, I want to see that. You just want to go, who is the idiot that said that? Who is the idiot that said that?
Did anyone laugh?
No. There wasn't even a chuckle.
Was it supposed to be funny?
Yeah.
I guess.
Please,
it's
we
supposed
find
to be
that?
great.
We have that? I would
Might be online.
Oh, it's got to be hysterical.
Can we get him doing Pink Panther voice? It's so fucking bad.
He's doing the wild and crazy guy voice, pretty much, from SNL.
With a little French.
I am in
years ago, yeah.
Clouseau. You fucking stink.
WebEx.com. We're heading toward line of the day.
WebEx.
What's that about, Ant? You hold meetings online or whatever?
Oh, yeah. Why go anywhere? I would love to use this with our meetings that we hold with our executives and our brass.
We already told them no more meetings.
Well, with WebEx, it'd be easy because all I would do is make a mock-up of me, cardboard, and I'd put my mouth on some kind of a motor, so it would go, make it look like I'm talking.
Because the one guy doesn't listen anyway, so that's perfect.
Yeah, because he doesn't listen.
Perfect.
And then I would just put myself in front of my webcam, and they'd be like, wow, that Anthony had some good input. I wouldn't be saying anything.
Yeah, let's get a headline going. Opie and Anthony refuse to do any more meetings.
Only on WebEx.
But we guarantee we will give you the best show possible every day. That's it. Don't need to know anything else.
And I'm in.
And if there is some... No meetings. This WebEx is for everybody else, not us. Sounds great for meetings.
What if I want to go on WebEx?
Oh, you could. You could maybe jump into an Apple meeting or something.
Ooh.
A Microsoft meeting. I
wonder
don't
if
know.
you could use it for other things besides business.
Of course you can.
I'm not saying anything. I'm just wondering.
What do you think?
What do we got? If they got good enough quality to hold a meeting,
of course you
might
can.
be able to have a meeting.
I don't think WebEx wants us to go, look, you want to see Snatch, WebEx.com is the place to go.
Throw some WebEx.
I think they just assume by getting the word out, video conferencing,
Yes.
wink, wink, hold meetings, wink, wink.
It says make presentations.
Make
Hey,
presentations.
hey,
Well,
how about
let-
I present you with this? Oh, no. What did Jimmy blast one off?
No, Florentine did.
Yeah.
It smells like, you know what it smells like? A fucking, the inside of like a fucking, an Egg McMuffin wrapper. If I didn't know what it was, it would make me hungry.
Check it out at webx.com. We got Jim Florentine playing comics here in New York Friday and Saturday. COMIXNY.com for info. We say you go see Jim Florentine. First time he's ever done our show. We've known him for like 10 years.
No, I did it back. I did it a long time ago.
Yeah.
When me and Jim came on.
Very early on.
Yeah.
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 Do we
and
have
Don
any-
Jameson? These guys are doing the show with Eddie Trunk on VH1, the Metal Show.
Saturdays, 11 o'clock.
Yep. And Jimmy's got a book signing in Staten Island, huh?
Tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. It's on Richmond
Avenue.
Barnes & Noble.
2245.
Thursday night in Rhode Island at 6 o'clock.
Borders.
At the Borders. I don't know which Borders it is.
Providence Place.
Thank you all. And January 16th, 17th, the Borgata and AC. Last year, those dates sold out very quickly, so.
Nice.
I don't know where I'm at with tickets. I have to check today.
Well, the economy's weird, Jimmy.
Yeah, but I think the shows will sell. I always do very well in AC. People have money to go there. They have money to go to
Sacrifice food to go see Jimmy. It's worth it.
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely.
Do we have any clips
Yes!
of the Pink Panther?
We'll try to find those next. All right. 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 All right.